Good evening, everybody. The wait is finally over. The off-season has come to a close, and here we are at Atron Circuit ready to kick off round one of the SLIDESTYLE 2023 season. Let's see some love. Let's see some hype over there in the Twitch chat. Welcome, everybody. I appreciate y'all's patience sticking with us. We always start the stream a little bit after 7 because we kind of rely on you guys. If we don't have votes, we don't have an event. So we run a little bit late, but also we have got an entire new event process as how we handle things on the back end to hopefully make this as smooth and enjoyable an event for you guys watching as it is for the drivers in the server. So we have got everything lined up, set up, and squared away. Our drone cam is taking off as we speak, and we are ready to kick things off. But what if you've never heard of SLIDESTYLE? I have a little birdie told me that there's a whole new crew of people out there that have just found out about SLIDESTYLE and are coming to hang out with us tonight. Well, they are going to find out what freestyle tandem drifting is all about. It's a little bit different than what you might be used to from a regular drift competition event, and we are going to go over all of that with you guys right now. So the first thing we are going to be looking at today is going to be the car specifications for how we run an event as our camera is moving around the beautiful sights here at Atron Circuit. These cars that you're going to see are all rear-wheel drive with a maximum of 1,000 horsepower. They can do whatever they want with the engine as long as it maxes out on the dyno at 1,000 horsepower. Their wheels are between 16 and 20 inches in diameter. They've got a little bit more leeway this year compared to last year. That's because we've changed a couple of other things up, such as the tires now having a set maximum width of 275 millimeters. All four wheels, all the way around the vehicle, must be the same. The air pressure can be different front to back, but the wheels and tire profile and everything have to be the same way all the way around the cars. They're 110 adhesion tires, sticky boys on these bad boys, 35 to 40% profile, and they must have a minimum of 90 kilopascals of air pressure. I believe that works out to like roundabouts 15 psi in freedom units. Cars must have a front bumper on them. That's for, as we're watching the replay, if we need to detect collisions or anything like that during the event. And visible tail lights. There's been discussion. We may modify that. We may switch from visible tail lights to sidewall lettering on the tires so that way we can better see handbrakes and stuff like that during the replay. But due to how these events work, it is not that big of a deal. And speaking of that, really quickly, let's take a look at the course for today and see what these guys are going to be running. And speaking of these guys, as you see a beautiful look over our course, we've got our first car already on track, so we will be looking at them in just a moment. But there is the lineup for today. We've got a field of over 25 drivers ready to throw down and fight over 12 spots for the final bracket this evening, and this is our beautiful racing course. So let's go over it here. You currently see Tiger hanging out in this beautiful unicorn machine right here at the starting line. And these drivers will be heading up this straightaway, and you see this kind of kick-over section here. This is where they are going to initiate their first drift right here. And it's an awkward turn that tightens up towards the end of it, and then they will be heading into this first outside wall ride right here. And you can see there's a bit of an elevation change in the middle of it. Odd turn here as they make their way around. And they've got this little bit of extra asphalt here to work with, but there's a little dirt here if they need it as well, and I'm sure you'll be seeing that get used up. Then they make their way over here to, speaking of odd-shaped turns, look at this from up overhead. This is a difficult turn to navigate. Now, these drivers have a whole lot of leeway with that blue asphalt out to the outside, But they are going to have to work together once they get to the tandem side of things to be able to navigate the course as they come back around this way and come to what's probably, can't even speak, I'm so excited. What's probably the most difficult part of this course is you see this final turn. The apex is also the peak of a hill, so it comes up and over with the wall around the outside. No room for mistakes around the outside of this final turn as the drivers come to the finish. Now, a couple of unique things about slide style we're going to talk about before we get started this evening. We don't have a finish line in slide style. Now, it just so happens there's a finish line on the course here, but the finish of a slide style run is after the driver completes the final turn, this outside turn you see here. After they complete that turn, straighten their car out, unload their suspension, they're rolling on all four wheels straight ahead. That's the end of the run. You have to control your vehicle all the way to the end of the run. There is no hard set finish line. As we come over here, we're going to take a look at the qualifying rules. Now, speaking of unique elements, a couple of things you might notice. We didn't talk about track limits. We didn't talk about clipping zones. We didn't talk about decel zones. We didn't talk about judges. That's because we don't have any of that here in slide style. The track that I just showed you, that's all the information that the drivers have as well. And there are no judges because you're the judge. If you hear my voice right now, that means you have the say-so in what driver moves forward in this event and all the way to the finish, the final champion. Every single decision is you guys. Right here in the Twitch chat, the polls will be coming your way. So, let's get into qualifying. We're going to look here. Qualifying rules as we look at Tiger's machine right here, rocking this unicorn. Each driver gets to make a single run on their own, and you guys, the fans, will give a 1 through 5-star rating. 5-star being a spectacular, perfect run, and 1-star being, unfortunately, of course, if the driver hits the wall, crashes out, spins out, whatever it may be, you know, that's the, hey, I'm sorry, bud, try again next time vote. And then you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in between, and you guys will see that when the vote comes up. The top 11 drivers are automatically going to advance into the final bracket for this evening, into the main event. Drivers that qualified 12th through 16th, they will make their way back into the server, and those drivers will make another run. Now, you guys won't vote 1 to 5 stars. They'll make their runs back to back, and then you will decide who is going to be the last chance qualifier, the last driver to fill out the number 12 final bracket position. So what we're going to be looking for, of course, like we said, this is a freestyle drifting event. We're going to be looking for speed, angle, their flow on the course, their what we call the edge, getting out to the, you know, getting on the wall ride, getting on those white lines of the outside of the course as you see here. And their overall aggression is how they attack this course. If you see a driver make their way off into the dirt, you know, if they overextend the exit of a corner or something like that, in some other drifting events, they would, you know, that could be cause for disqualification, you know, exceeding the track limits. Here in slide style, we say, boy, if you could get a 1,000 horsepower machine sideways in the dirt and not spin it around, that's what we came here to see, baby. That's what it's all about. So, let me see some love over here in the chat. Let me see what y'all think. What have y'all got? Are y'all excited for some action this evening? Man, that was a rather quiet response over there. Come on, if I had a real crowd in front of me, I would do that typical thing of, oh, that's not good enough. Let me hear it again. You know how it is. Come on, son. Let's make this happen here. All right, well, we are looking at our first qualifying driver up for this evening, and the race in action is getting ready to get started. Believe me, I'm going to stop talking here in just a minute. We got this beautiful unicorn here. Look at the motor. Look at this bad boy. Can't even keep it under the hood. This machine is so powerful right here. Got them big old wheels on it, them big sticky tires, and it is going to be ready to rock and roll. Number 25 here for Tiger. Of course, also showing a little love for Mr. Ken Block, as many of our drivers this evening will be doing. Wonderful, wonderful person. A big, great loss to the motorsports and drifting community as a whole. So we'll all be showing some love tonight, I'm sure. But Tiger is going to be giving our first qualifying run. So I believe we are ready to go. We will notify race control that we are prepared, and hopefully all our systems are go. And we will be watching along here as Tiger launches off for his run. And you can see him throwing that unicorn. Look at all the angle. It's like I can't even keep up with this thing, man. My man is flying all the way out alongside that outside wall. Having a little difficulty keeping that car on angle, but he kicks it back out again. As you see him just, I mean, he hasn't let off the throttle, not 1 second, all the way out. A little wall tap there as he makes his way around, but he gathers it back up, swinging her back and forth, holding on to it all the way around. Ooh, it straightens up on him again here as he finishes out the course. So the votes should be coming at you in the chat right now as you check out the replay. Let us know what you think about that. As our next driver will be making their way to the line, but 2 minutes to vote on that run. Let us know what you think about it. So far, rocking a 3.2. Now, like I said, he did have a little bit of, the car seemed to have so much forward bite, as you would expect from a car with this much horsepower. But it seemed to have a whole lot of forward bite, but you could see where he was able to just gather it back up. Maybe a little clutch kick action there. Maybe a little handbrake. We'll have to go back and look. And you see it did get a chunk of the wall there. Knocked that left rear quarter panel in just a little bit. But no worse for wear, I'm sure. As you can also see our live view up in your the top right of your screen here at this time. You can see our next driver already on the line. Big shouts out to all the drivers here assisting us, staying apprised of what's going on with timing and scoring and knowing where they need to be and when they need to be. You will see hopefully all night long things go as smoothly as possible so we can enjoy as much drifting as we can possibly get our hands on this evening. But that vote is coming down to a close here in the next couple of seconds. As you watch the run one more time, give us your thoughts. Let us know what you think about Tiger's run, and should he be in the bracket of 12 tonight. We've got about 26 drivers fighting over the final spots here. Now, I just realized that the vote on your screen is green, and that's going to drive me nuts all night. It's not supposed to do that. It's supposed to be red. It's supposed to turn green when the vote is over with. But it is what it is. Well, there's Tiger's vote. That is going to be a 2.7. So, of course, that drops him into first place as he was our first driver up. But moving on, we have Jason here in the server. Rocking this S15 here, the red and black, looking good. Check out the windshield banner here. Got the stars on there. I'm digging that. But this thing absolutely looks and sounds like a race car. Good grief, listen to that thing rumble. That's what you want to hear right there. As he is ready to rip off his qualifying run. Let's see what our man Jason has got for us here today. As he launches off the line and you see that thing kick out. Like I said, getting a little bit of dirt, singing that angle all the way out to the side. Making his way in. Ooh, almost got a piece of that wall. Was able to adjust. Great driving there from Jason. Using up all of the course available to him here. Makes his way around the white line on the outside there, all the way out to the outside wall. Swings it back in, keeps it off the dirt as he makes his way back around up that hill. Ooh, that concrete comes out. You can see it'll reach out and grab you like that. But great runs from him here. Take a look at the replay. And get our votes in. for Jason's qualifying run. 2 minutes to get that vote in. Look at it. It turns green right off the bat, which also makes it slightly more difficult for me because I'm actually looking at the exact same thing you guys are looking at. So the red, it's supposed to be a red vote, and then it turns green, which signifies to me that the vote is over with. So I'm just kind of having to set my mental clock here and see. I think 2 minutes has gone by. Basically, as soon as the votes stop rolling in. So that's how we'll do it. You know, I fixed that last night. But anyway, enough about me. Back to our driver, Jason here. Absolutely ripping it. His first, I believe his first slide style event. Of course, this was Tiger's first slide style event as well. We're starting out with some fresh blood in the water here. And we will see if the sharks come to feast. And you'll see one of those sharks here in just a moment. But looking at Jason's run here, he did just like Tiger's Unicorn, did have the wall reach out and grab a bite of him just a little bit there. But a great job avoiding that first wall on the way around. He had so much momentum heading in there. Did a great job maintaining his momentum around the outside of that first turn. The vote is coming to a close here in just a couple of seconds, so make sure you get your vote in. Let us know what you think. And I'm telling you guys, if you don't have your, if you're a driver in this slide style event, call up your family, your friends, your mom, your cousins, your sisters, your uncle, your grandma, your great second aunt twice removed. Get everybody to come in and vote. And enjoy our slide style event this evening. But that is going to be at a 3.4 here for Jason on his run. And we come around to a machine that I'm sure many of you are very, very, very familiar with. One half of the events last season. Mr. Five-time, but not five-time anymore. Not this season because we are reset. The points are back to 0. And Wayne is going to have to start from scratch to see if he can reclaim his season championship again. Well, he is here in round 1. And you can see this beautiful machine here that I am also, speaking of my stuff, I'm just now realizing I didn't update his his colors on his little thing there, so it doesn't, his number plate doesn't look quite the same as this beautiful car here, made by a great friend of Slide Style, Mr. Frakey. Made this livery. If you've ever come by the practice streams during the week, we are streaming every single Friday, hanging out practicing for these events. But if you've seen my car as well, he made that. Incredible talent making liveries, and made this championship winning car here for Wayne, this S15. So we're going to see what Wayne can do with this machine. Like I said, this is a name you should be familiar with, so we're going to see him rip this course apart here, and let us know what you think. Do you think Wayne deserves a shot to get in the bracket here tonight and have a chance at maybe winning another event as he kicks it immediately out to the outside? You know he's got all that momentum on his side. Swings her back around, keeping that momentum going all the way around the outside in front of that wall. Holds the angle all the way through, tracing the white line around the outside there. All the way out. Does he tap the wall? No, playing it a little safe here. Doesn't want that wall to reach out and grab him. In practice, he was getting some sparks flying, and you can see there's a little bit of sparks as he makes his way through the final turn with a little 360 flare at the end there. Great stuff from him. Get your vote in the chat. Let us know what you think about Wayne's run here. Ain't much you can say, man. Ain't much you can say about one of the greatest drivers Slide Style has ever known. And it's not by mistake by any means. Wayne is every practice. He's practicing during the week, not even during group practices with everybody else. Him and a bunch of these other Slide Style drivers, man, they do not give up on it, not one little bit. They are always getting after it on their practice runs, and it definitely shows. But you can see how much angle that has and how much control he has over that vehicle. And like I said, I've noticed he's been a little bit more aggressive in our practice runs. Of course, that's practice, so you can always just send it. So I could see him holding back a little bit. That means he's going to have a whole lot more for these guys when it comes down to the tandem brackets later on. Definitely be sure to get your vote in. I see plenty of love being shown in the votes over here. Coming down to the last few seconds here. Don't hold out on us. Get that vote in there. Let us know what you think. And it looks like that is going to be it for Wayne, a 4.2. Come back around to take a look at our next driver, Hypser here. Quick adjustment there. See, I got the score wrong. It's 4.3 for Wayne. My apologies there. As we take a look at our next driver, Hypser, that 4.3 is going to be tough to beat. But our new driver to SLIDESTYLE here, Hypser, if anybody's going to be able to pull it off, it's our man right here. Check out this beautiful Mustang machine our man is rocking here. Even made this cool little side banner for us here. Loving that. But speaking of talented livery designers here, this is a beautiful looking race car right here. It absolutely gets the job done every bit of the way. And we are going to see how our man Hypser gets the job done on the track as he is ready to fire off here for his qualifying run. You see the driver put the car into gear. He is ready to rock and roll. Shakes off the nerves, and there he goes. He's launching away. First ever SLIDESTYLE run. This is 3 out of 4 first-time SLIDESTYLE drivers here in our first group of qualifying. Look at that. Getting all of the dirt out there, throwing it out there, not losing control of that vehicle one bit, sending it all the way out, kicking some dirt up in the air, sending it all the way around the outside turn here. Look at all of the angle he's able to get out of that Mustang machine and carrying a ton of speed. That's going to be some kind of useful if he makes it into the bracket here. Kicking up a little bit more dirt as he makes his way up the hill around the last turn, staying away from that outside wall, knowing the concrete has a mind of its own. It'll reach out and grab you. So let's take a look at the replay here. And watch this run from our boy Hypser here. Great stuff from him. That car is definitely carrying a ton of momentum for sure. Gonna be great to see if it does make it into the bracket this evening. All right, well, we got about a minute left to get your votes in for that. I appreciate everybody's participation this evening. All of the votes coming in hot and showing some love for these newer drivers to SLIDESTYLE here, with exception for Wayne. Obviously, the groups for qualifying don't affect the scores in any way. It's just how we load the guys in and out of the server. But can you imagine being Hypser, Jason, and Tiger, your first SLIDESTYLE events, and in your qualifying group is none other than 5-time event winner from last season and last season's champion, Wayne, to kind of maybe have your runs compared against, you know. So it's definitely A tough task for these guys here, but they are making it happen. As that vote comes to a close, it looks like Hypser is going to land on a 3.5. Great stuff. Great runs out of these new drivers in slide style here this evening. As we are make our way up, let me see if I can't reload. We had a couple of drivers that were unfortunately unable to make it this evening. Let's see if we can update our scoring information here to reflect that. Oh, maybe not. It poked out there. There it is. All right, there we go. We got that updated for you. So, as you can see, yet to run, first at the top of that list is going to be Hero. And you see his machine here. Of course, we gave these guys a little bit of creative freedom to match the overall vibe of freestyle drifting here in slide style. We wanted to give them a little freedom with their windshield banner for the event, and Hero took that to the extreme, and I love it. This is one of my favorite windshield banners here this evening. But you see this beautiful ride here, this 180SX. You guys all know I'm already a big fan of these machines here. And then you see right here, look at this, showing a little bit of love on the back window. And look at that incredible recreation of the Twitch logo here. But our man's showing a little bit of love there. Appreciate Hero for everything that he does on our stream here, always hanging out with us and supporting and sharing love. So our man's going to throw it down, and we're going to see what he's got for us here as he is ready to fire off, and there he goes. That 180, man, that thing is light, and it's got some motor in it, so it'll carry some speed. You can see he's able to throw a whole bunch of angle out there early. And you see him getting right over on the right over by that wall on the outside. Tripping over my own words here. Sending it all the way. Look at that. On the entry of corners, he keeps it in a little tight, but on the exit, man, he is able to get all the way out there. And look at that. Slinging that car about 90 degrees sideways as he makes his way around and completes his run. Great stuff from Hero here. As that vote is up in the chat and on the way to you. We are rocking and rolling this evening all the way up. We have finished our 4 drivers, and we are up to our 5th already. We know you guys all came to see some tandem drifting this evening, but we've got to figure out who's going to be doing that tandem drifting first. So we're going to try to get through this qualifying as quickly as we can here. But man, like I said, that car seems to, it wants to break into a corner early. But then once he gets it set on angle, he can back it all the way back out to the wall. Definitely going, it looks like it's set up to really focus on the chase run of a tandem pairing and maybe not necessarily the lead. That's one of the things you can kind of break down from a qualifying run, is whether it's really designed to be more of a lead or chase car, because in slide style competition, that is kind of the difference as far as freestyle tandem drifting goes. Is we have found that the emphasis of the event is truly on the chase. So really your skills as a lead driver come to the forefront during qualifying. So it's interesting to see where that balance ends up laying. But here we have it. Hero going to be a 3.4 on his score. Great driving there. Great driving from all of these drivers so far. Now we have another quick adjustment to make here on drivers that have not been able to make it this evening for one reason or another. So we are up to our man Squid here, another newcomer to slide style competition, rocking this flanker right here. Beautiful, beautiful looking machine. Awesome looking with the windshield banner there, as I talked about before, showing a little love to Ken Block as well on the windshield. Like we mentioned earlier on in the broadcast, you're going to be seeing that from a lot of these drivers this evening. But this flanker machine here, this thing is hooked up and ready to absolutely cook it. So definitely have your trigger finger ready for the vote over there after this run. I think Squid is going to be one of the most promising new slide style drivers here. He has been practicing hard. He launches off the line here. And there you go. You can see the speed and angle are there. Now let's see the control as he goes along the wall here. Look at that. A little tap on the wall sends him around all the way out, using up the whole track here. Listen to that motor scream. He is carrying so much speed through this course. All the way out to that wall on the outside. Bounces off of it just a bit, but is able to lock it back down and finish out that run. The vote is coming at you in the chat right now. The score turning green off the bat is going to drive me nuts, man. I was all excited last night because that bug has actually been around for a few events, but I had other things on my plate. But finally, last night, I was like, I'm going to fix it. I'm going to clear it out. And in testing, I had it. Apparently not. Thus is the world of programming. But in the world of drifting, look at this. So many first-time drivers here for slide style this season. I'm so excited that so many drivers are interested in joining in and being a part of our event. You too can join in and be a part of our events. Exclamation point slide style in the chat will take you directly to the official slide style Discord, exactly where you need to be to find out everything about these events and what you can do to participate. Anybody can join in and be a part of a slide style event. Whether you're on PC, console, your driving skill doesn't matter. It is all about having fun and hanging out with your friends. And like we said, this kind of concept that we have been working on, that is freestyle tandem drifting. If it's something that looks interesting and fun to you, definitely come hang out. And you don't even have to compete if you don't want to. You can come join in on an open practice. We never have passwords on our servers. We want anybody to come hang out and drive with these guys. Squid with a hell of a run here. Like I said, another new driver to slide style this season. Great stuff as this vote is coming to a close. And if you're watching along, if you can hear my voice, we need you. You are the power. This event doesn't happen unless you guys are voting on who needs to be moving forward in this event. We can't do it without you. So if you're watching along, if you can hear, definitely try to help out and get a vote in for these drivers on what you think about their runs. And that's going to be it for Squid, our man with a 3.8. As we make our way back over, well, that's half of the top 12 so far that we have set. So let's look. We have a score spread at like a 4.3, 3.8, 3.5, 3.4, 3.4. Look at how close these scores are. Of course, Wayne stepping out a little bit ahead. But other than that, man, super close on the scoreboard all the way around. So let's see if any of these drivers can make their mark and step away, similar to how Wayne did there. But we expect no less from the former season champion of slide style. But here's Lewitt here, rocking a bit of a unique windshield banner there. Maybe a little, maybe taking some liberties on the colors there as far as the rules go, but it looks really cool. So we'll let it slide. Nah, looking awesome on this car, man. Super beautiful black, pink, purple design here. A little bit of reds in there too. Super cool looking machine rocking this R32 here. A little 4-door machine. I guess technically in my system there, I actually have a separate vehicle listing for the 4-door R32, but either way, it's the same car. And our man Lewitt here is ready to show us what it can do. Yet another new driver in slide style this season actually came around just this past week, so he has only had 1 week of practice. But I have been watching him drive, and my man can absolutely send it, so let's see what he is all about here on 1 week of getting ready for this event. And you can see already how much angle that R32 brings to the table. All the way around the outside there, managing to avoid that outside wall. Tracing around the outside of that white line there. Kicking it back over, maybe throwing a little dirt up on the course here. Look at that. So much angle right along that outside wall. Probably one of the best wall rides we've seen all night. Great stuff there from Lewitt. As that vote is making its way to you right now in the chat. Now, if you start to find that the vote is popping up in your chat like a long time before you see it on the stream, I mean, it's pretty instantaneous on our side of things, so that's a pretty clear indicator of how much stream delay you may have. So you might want to take the opportunity, if you start to see, if there's like a 20 or 30 second difference, you may want to refresh your browser there to try to compensate for that a little bit. But it's a 2-minute vote time, so you should have plenty of time to be able to watch replays and get the votes in there. But man, like I said, another first-time driver here in slide style. We've changed things up just a little bit. We used to do qualifying based off of championship standings, but we have made the decision to change that up this year. And we are fully randomizing qualifying. Once all the drivers are in the drivers' meeting, signed in and ready to go for the event, we randomize the list, and the chips fall where they may. And it just so happens that we're getting to showcase a lot of brand new slide style drivers right off the bat here. So the RNG gods were looking out for us. About 20 seconds left on this vote here, so definitely get your thoughts in. Great work here. All these new slide style drivers, man, showing great promise. And like I said, a lot of them signing up for the event just within the past week and coming out and making runs like this. Cannot wait to see the ones that make it into the bracket. Their skills in the tandem when the pressure's on. A 4.1 for Lewitt here, coming after Wayne there. Awesome stuff there, jumping into the second position on our leaderboard. But we've been talking about new slide style drivers. How about we talk about previous slide style finalists here? Has not managed to capture a victory yet. But PWX he came in like a hurricane last season and absolutely blew the doors off of everybody in qualifying and was so close on so many events. But P-Dub here, ready to throw it. And look at him showing a little bit of love here on the back window. Or, of course, our stream here. But Miss Rapid Fire Charlie over there. Slide style right there on the window as well. But you want to talk about people that want to knock Wayne off the top spot, man. These guys, of course, we said slide style is kind of become a little family. A lot of people, talk about drift teams and everything like that. And shouts out to my boys over Team SOG, have accepted me with open arms to their competitive drift events. Getting to do a little commentary booth and drone work just like I'm doing here. So big shouts out to appreciate them for that. But a lot of people think that slide style is a team. It's not. It's the name of the event, of course, but it is, in a way, it has become its own little family. And P-Dub has slid right into this family just like he's always been there. And boy, do these guys talk some trash. Y'all should come see it in the Discord. It is hilarious. Them all joking with each other. But P-Dub, I'm telling you right now, he is here to knock Wayne off the top spot. He wants the wins this year, and he wants the championship this year. Well, we are going to see what he's got, as he is already out the gate tagging every single outside white line on this course. It's almost like he's repainting. It's like he's hired by Atron Circuit here to repaint their white lines with his rear tires. You cannot beat that precision driving from PWX right here. Look at my man all the way around. Is he going to tap the wall? No, look how close. Inches away from the outside wall, hitting every white line. Here he goes on the wall ride all the way out and around, getting in close with the drone cam there. That is how you tackle this course right here. Good grief. Now, of course, I'm not here to play favorites or anything like that, but I mean, damn. Come on, son. That is how you make your mark here in slide style. And just like I said, leading into that, I wasn't trying to hype everyone up and, or anything like that about how great of a driver he was, but I told you, he's been having some fun joking with these guys, talking trash, but I knew it was eating him up that he did not get a win before last season was out, and he is going to come out with a vengeance. And he absolutely did that. But he's not the only one. We've got a couple of other drivers that are going to be coming up here in just a little bit that have that same hunger. So we're going to see if they can match the precision there. And I'm seeing a lot of high votes coming in for our man P-Dub here. It looks like the fans here are enjoying this precision driving here, of keeping those rear wheels right on the outside of the course all the way around. So just over a minute left as we watch this replay here. Great show in there, and definitely showing what these slide style events are all about. But absolutely come join us, !slide style in the chat. That'll link you to the official slide style Discord. Like I said, you can see these guys joking back and forth with each other, sending the memes and everything like that. They're having fun, but it's all family. Like I said, these guys love driving together, and they all improve. They help each other improve by pushing each other to be better drivers. And it is so much fun getting to be a part of it every week. Well, here we go, coming down to it. Looks like a 4.5 here. It's going to be for P-Dub on his run, and that is going to be enough to drop him into the top spot. I'm looking over and got 4.6, so I pulled away. Somebody got a last-second vote in there. Like I said, man, that the text being green, it's supposed to be red and then turn green when the vote is over. I'm having to kind of guesstimate a little bit. So another vote came in at the last second there, a 4.6 for PWX. That's going to be a tough. You're going to have to be damn near perfect to beat that. That is a tough score. Well, speaking of anybody that can drive and strives for perfection, it is your boy Foxy right here. In this beautiful, look at the fade on this Corvette right here. Look at him showing off the wheels too. Looking good. This is Foxy's machine. And speaking of people that we mentioned earlier, people that support our stream and have been around and hanging out with us, Foxy is always here, man. We love this guy. He's great being around and loves to get in and drive with these guys. And boy, does he have a passion for slide style events. He wants to bring you the best driving he can bring you. And he has come close on many occasions. And this man is ready to rock and roll today. So he's got his work cut out for him with these high scores here. But we are going to see what Foxy has got for us as he rockets off the line here. Taking it on the inside line, wanting to show some speed as he makes his way. He wanted to carry that momentum into this first 180-degree turn. So much speed here. He's looking to run away from somebody on the lead for his run, but getting a lot of angle out of that Corvette. Kicks back over on the straightaway here as he heads into that final turn. Look at how he's doing the wall ride. Comes off of it just a little bit, but manages the angle on the way out. Awesome stuff here from Foxy. Awesome stuff. That vote is on its way to you. Man, now that I'm really looking at it, this, like I said, the qualifying groups have no bearing on the score or anything like that, but this is a tough qualifying group to be in as well. Some drivers that are coming out here that mean business, but Foxy means business. Watching the replay here, you can see him coming off the line. I mean, look at the speed that Corvette has got. He wasn't worried about trying to get to the outside on that first turn. He wanted to get here as quickly as he could and rip that car right along the outside in front of that guardrail. And I mean, you can see the rear wheel spin. He doesn't come off the throttle for the entire run there. Great stuff from Foxy here. But that's one thing, man. One thing that we talk about, of course, with slide style, we say it's freestyle tandem drifting. And of course, these aren't tandems, it's qualifying. It's just freestyle drifting runs. There are no clipping zones, no decel zones or anything like that in a slide style event. It is up to the driver's discretion of how they want to best showcase their vehicle and their driving skills. And if they wanted to take the inside line around every single course on this track, they are welcome to do that. They can approach the course in whatever manner they please. And ripping that vet to the inside line there, holding that angle and keeping up that momentum, I'm telling you, man, adds a unique element to the run. But at the end of the day, well, obviously these events are all about all of us having fun. You at home watching, us in the server driving. It's all about having a good time. But it all comes down to the votes and what the fans want to see from these guys. I'm going to quick reset on something here as we take a look around at the beautiful course here at Atron Circuit before we get our next qualifying run up and going here. All right, we have got our next driver up. Like I said, this is a tough group to be in here. Our man Cruz is in the building. Checking out this Moon Eyes machine here. I love these cars. He has so many livery designs with this the Moon Eyes theme going on. It is so cool looking. Awesome work on his windshield banner too there as well. But I love this car. I mean, it just looks, it's got the look of a drift car, man. All of his rides do. But you can hear that mean V8 that's been dropped into this S15 machine. So we are going to see what our boy Cruz has got. Foxy rocking at 3.1 on his last score. Slotting in there with everybody else. It is tight competition. Heading into this top 12 here, well, top 11, I guess, and then we have our last chance qualifier. So we are going to see what Cruz has got for us here as he is ready to launch off the line, and he does that. Oh, this car's going to be quick. Look at that! 90 degrees sideways, perpendicular to the course here. This is an angle machine right here, it looks like. That is what he has got this thing set up for. Look at it kicking completely sideways on the way into that turn. And a little wall tap there on the exit. Some of the most hardcore initiation into a drift we have seen all night. And then look at the wall ride here, getting the camera up overhead to capture that. What a run from Cruz there. Watch how hard this car kicks over. Good grief, man. That thing can hold some angle. But getting out there, that wall ride at the end, that was a work of art right there. Take a look here as the replay loops back around. It seems like it finished off before it got all the way through the end of his run. Let me double check as it comes around here. May need to adjust our replay settings just a touch as we move forward to make sure we can see all of the action all the way through the end of the run. No, it got to where I wanted it to. It was just the way I looked up at it last time. Always wanting to double check here. Got about a minute left on this vote here. Let us know what you think about your boy Cruz here. That Moon Eyes machine, boy, did he bring some angle in there. Loving those initiations, and that last wall ride was, whew, he was cooking it, man. Left a little bit of that yellow paint maybe on the concrete. He was in there so tight. Great stuff from him. That vote is coming to a close now, and bar any last second votes coming in, it looks like that's going to drop him right at a 4.0. Puts him good for 4th position there. Great work all around from Cruz there. Look how close the scores are from top to bottom here. P-Dub and Wayne stepping out a little bit, but Lewitt, not really, because Lewitt's right there with a 4.1, and then it's 4.0, 3.8, 3.5, all the way down. That is how tight the competition is here in our slide style events. And you want to talk about tight competition? We were talking about the boys getting together, talking a little bit of trash, having some fun. Well, here's your guy right here. We love him so much. We call him Uncle Malte. Like I'm not the oldest one around, but we call him Uncle Malte. And it has become a little bit of an inside joke. You'll see some of these rides in the server this evening have UMR on the side of them. We have made our own little fake team, Uncle Malte Racing. Just that's the kind of like I said, it's a family environment here in Slide Style. These guys joking around, messing with each other. It's all about the love of drifting and hanging out for these events and chilling together. So this is Malte's beautiful ride here. Should be pretty familiar to anyone that's ever watched any D1 GP drifting as well. Beautiful looking machine here, but from doing so many slide style events over the past year, this has become the Malte livery to me. That's what I think when I look at it. But we know he can wheel it. He won 2 events last season. Was unable to capture the championship away, though, so we'll see what he's got for this year. He, Wayne, PWX, Louis, those guys up in the top spot, man, they better be looking out for Malte because he is going to bring it to them here. And he's got the green light from race control, just like those green wheels there on this machine. And he didn't come to play around. Look at you want to talk about cruise initiation. Look at that car kick in. A little bit of a lag spike there. But that may have just been on our end, tracing that white line around the curve there. Look how close to the guardrail, getting a little bit of dirt on entry, and look at how much angle he was able to get out of it. And knowing Malte, I can almost guarantee you he did that on purpose. Look at the wall ride, little bit of sparks flying there. And here he is through the final turn. It is so hard on that uphill to get around that curve like that. I can't even explain it to you how difficult that is until you've tried it. Anybody that's played the game here knows exactly how tough of a run that is. and Malte doing a great job. That leg spike, just judging from the way he was driving, that looks like that may have been on our side of things. He seems to have gotten through it. And just a note, during our, because I know a lot of these drivers are listening in as well, during Tandem competition later on this evening, we know the servers have been a little wonky here in the CarX universe lately. Any little blips here or there, we're not going to really stress, because, you know, it's all about having fun and having a good time. But if we have any of those, you know, absolutely brutal, you know, we've had some situations in practice where lead and chase actually swapped positions due to a lag and finished their run. It was actually really cool. But in situations like that, we will call the drivers back and have them run it again. We are looking for fair competition here, but keep an eye out for that as the event moves forward. You got about a minute left here voting on Malte. Is he going to be able to knock P-Dub out of that top spot? He's up to a 4.4 so far. I'm sure a bunch of people are really combing over this replay and looking to see if they can spot any differences between P-Dub's run and Malte's run, to see if they're going to get his vote to move into that spot. He's inching ever so closer, but there's only about 30 seconds left to get this vote in here. But man, these guys able to do that final wall ride on that last turn where it's up the hill. Apex of the corner is the peak of the hill, and then back down the hill. It is just from the, I'm trying to capture an overhead camera angle so we can see how close to the wall they are, but if you could see it from the side, it is so difficult to make that turn. But here we go. Looks like it's going to be a 4.4 for Malte here. Not enough to knock P-Dub off of the top spot. So close there. Does squeak him past Wayne, though. I'm sure he'll have plenty to say about that in practice later on. Those guys are great friends, and it's always fun to see them going back and forth. Well, we are moving on. We're getting down towards the towards starting to bump drivers off here into the last chance qualifier. Our top 11 has been filled out, so it is going to be time to start shuffling drivers into those last chance qualifier spots, and unfortunately some drivers will be starting to be bumped out of the event after that. So the first driver to find out what's going to happen with that is going to be Santaku here, rocking yet another beautiful S15. S15 seems to be the go-to car for this course, able to maintain a lot of angle here. But there you go, a little bit of more love for Ken Block right there on the rear. Like I said, going to see a ton of that this evening, but this is a mean-looking machine here, and Santaku always can bring it. So we are ready to see what he's got for us here as he's ready to launch off the line. Love seeing Santaku back in a slide style event here. And talk about angle. Look at that thing to the side, taking the same line as Foxy earlier. I wonder if they were practicing together. Oh, you hear the gearing on that car, though. It seemed like it wanted to choke out on him a little bit there, but he was able to downshift, get those rear wheels back spinning, and get it back going again. Quick thinking there as he rips it around this final turn. This car is built for speed 100% of the way. The vote for Santaku's run coming at you right now. Yeah, it definitely bogged down on him there. With the new update to the game with the engine swaps and everything like that, I think we have all kind of found that until you can really get into those transmission settings and really set the car to your driving style, man, if you get a little bit too much angle out, because look at how far sideways he had this ride. This S15 was all the way to the side, and then the engine just... It struggled for everything it was worth, and he had to kick it down a gear and slam back on the throttle, but made it work, made it look good. finishing out the course for you this evening. About a minute left here on this vote for Santaku's beautiful red S15. Once again, huge shouts out to everyone watching along, enjoying our event here, voting for these drivers. We couldn't do any of this without you. And I know you watch a lot of broadcasts from all kinds of sports and events and things like that that say, oh, we couldn't do it without our fans. Oh, yeah, well, yeah, that's nice and sweet to hear and all that. But see, here at SLIDESTYLE, we have literally set this up to where this cannot happen without you guys. There is no way to run this event without you guys' votes. It is all entirely dependent on you all watching along. So I thank you all so much for coming to hang out with us on a Friday night and enjoy this driving and voting on these guys. Santaku coming in with a 2.8 here on his score. Going to put him good to slide just ahead of Tiger here, move him into the 11th position, as we are looking at yet another former SLIDESTYLE event winner from last season. And these guys know I have been calling my man Mr. Consistency since probably round 4 of last year. Theory is your man right here. The old phrase I've heard in NASCAR races, they'd say it's your favorite driver's favorite driver. That is this man right here. You could put a penny out on this track in any position, and he can put his rear tires on it, no problem. Theory is your car control guy. Love to see his driving, and tell me this is not one of the most beautiful racing liveries you've ever seen. Not hyping my guy up, not playing favorites, but I mean, Theory always comes with beautiful rides, but he has got himself a new design style for this season that is absolutely killer. I love it. So, we know he's capable of doing it. Like I said, previous event winner. Well, let's see what he's got for us here on this course here at Atron, that he actually pretty much led the way on designing this line as well. Not that it wasn't, already part of the map, but pointing out that we should give it a shot. The idea came from this man here. So we're going to see he should be running it at a pretty high expert level, and it looks like so far, similar to P-Dub earlier, he is absolutely tracing his way around the outside. Took that corner on more of a straight radius, though. That was a much more predictable angle, especially for tandems later. Getting a little bit of the dirt there, like I said, able to hold onto that car, actually uses the dirt to gather up a little bit more angle, and then a beautiful wall ride there to finish it off. As we take a look at that replay there. And don't let the blue areas on the track fool you as he comes around this beautiful turn here. Look at that, riding that guardrail. But this next turn here coming up, don't let the blue area on the track fool you. That entire area is available for use by these drivers. And if you notice, that area of the track is kind of like a D shape. It's not a perfect radius. And you see what Theory did there. If you go back and watch the tire tracks, he made a perfect radius out of it to smooth it over. And think about later, for a chase driver, that's going to make it much easier to chase there. So I just wanted to use that as an example. A lot of drivers so far have been staying within the dark asphalt, but just for everyone watching along, that is not any kind of requirement at all. So beautiful work there on Theory's run. Got about a minute left on that vote. Looking like Theory's trying to crack the top 5 here with a 4.1, putting him on par with Lewitt there. And another thing you can note about a SLIDESTYLE event, even though you see 4.1 on the screen, our calculations actually go to, I believe, 3 decimal points to the 1,000th place. So when you see 2 drivers with the same score on your screen, it actually calculates deeper than that if necessary. So how you would see where, you know, who goes above who on a tie situation, it's not necessarily a tie situation, it's just not showing all of the decimal points. We don't have that much screen real estate. But that is going to do it for Theory there. Gonna be a 4.1 on his run. Great stuff out of Theory, as we expected. It's gonna drop him in the 5th position there for our bracket this evening. But coming up next, I believe this is also another first-time SLIDESTYLE event driver. Here is our man J-Cup right here, rocking another Corvette this evening. Beautiful looking ride here, this dark brown color, kind of a reddish, yeah, it's like a dark red maroon brown color. It's a beautiful mahogany type color vehicle here, looking awesome on this Vet here. You can see also, check out the roof, metallic sparkle going on there, looking awesome. Great stuff here, got the chrome wheels and everything. This is a clean looking machine. You might see something like this at a car show right here. Well, let's see if the driving's gonna match up to the visuals here. Beautiful looking ride. Let's see a beautiful looking line out of our man J-Cup as he's ready to launch off here. And that he does in this classic looking Corvette. Cranking a ton of angle out there. Look at that on that white line. My man is bringing it today. Looking, tracing the white line just similar to P-Dub earlier. You want to talk about precision driving. Getting in the dirt, look at that, grabbing the handbrake in the dirt to kick that car all the way sideways, tracing that white line yet again all the way outside. What a run from J-Cup here, and how is he going to handle this wall ride all the way around? Doesn't even touch the wall, couldn't fit a piece of paper in there. A little spinneroonie right there at the end of it. What a run from J-Cup there. Like I said, I'm going off, y'all know my memory's terrible if you know our streams. I have a horrible memory. I'm pretty sure this is J-Cup's first ever run in a SLIDESTYLE event. But good grief, look at this, getting the car off in the dirt, and you could see, grab the handbrake right there in the dirt. That is so hard to do if you've ever played the game, or I mean, even just think about drifting in a real life situation, to go from having all that grip, spinning your tires on the asphalt, to getting off in the dirt like that. How quickly that car is going to want to snap around and lose control on you. Not only was he able to maintain that, but he actually grabbed the handbrake in that situation and used it to get angle. As soon as he gets back to the asphalt, that car grips back up and he is full throttle away again. That is some driving right there from your man J-Cup. What a run. But is that going to be enough to knock P-Dub, Malte, Wayne off of that top 3 position? He's headed that way. It's gonna be close. A lot of these first-time SLIDESTYLE drivers out here putting on great performances so far. Got about 20 seconds left on this vote here. Show some love to your man J-Cup. Great stuff out of him there. As we are getting close to filling out our top 16, which means we're going to start bumping cars out of contention for the final bracket this evening. It looks like he did. He just manages to beat out Wayne and slide into the 3rd position. J-Cup, what a run from him here. We are very quickly, like I said, we're going to update the scoring situation for you guys watching along quickly. Make sure this is all up to date for everyone at home. There we go. I think we are all set, good to go here. All right, well, our man Void is going to be up next. I do believe he was signed up. I'm trying to remember. I think he was signed up for one event last season. So I think he did run one event last year. But this right here, now this is a race car. Look, this almost looks like a touring car. But awesome stuff here. Like I said, yet another S15. That seems to be the car selection for this course. Of course, a popular car amongst drifting drivers, no matter how you look at it. We are going to see what our man has got for us here. So we are up to... So this will fill out 15th place. So 2 more drivers, and then we will start, unfortunately, knocking cars out of contention here. So Void will be taken off here, and you see he launches away, ready to go. And man, look at how much speed this S15 has. Holding that angle, you can see him working that wheel, keeping that car exactly where he wants it, running it right up the middle of the course here as he go get close to this outside wall. Look at how much angle, and that's the great thing about running a course with walls so close. You can see it really gives a good representation of how much angle the car has in relation to the rest of the course. Awesome run there from Void. Some of these guys, man, these cars are set up for like heavy initiation into a corner. These things crank sideways so hard and then hold on to that angle. And you can see him really working that throttle, working the wheel. Like we said before, man, this slide style is the chase car event. That's kind of how it worked out. After a year's worth of these events, we kind of discovered where, you know, judged competitive drifting events with clipping zones, decel zones, and everything like that are really... The focus is really on the lead driver, and the chase driver is expected to just, you know, do their job, maintain proximity and try to match angle as well as they can. But the primary focus of those runs seems to be on the lead driver most of the time. Well, slide style actually works out to be the opposite. Is the lead driver, just similar to these qualifying runs, can, you know, we call it freestyle. They can do whatever the hell they want to do. They can go anywhere. The chase driver's job is to anticipate and maintain that proximity and, you know, try to match angle and run that line as much as they can. So really the focus of slide style tandem drifting is on chase runs, and Void's car here is absolutely set up to be a chase machine. You can tell by how much input he is able to have on that ride, and he is going to come out to a 3.4 here. Great run from Void there. Puts him good for 11th place so far. But this might be the man to knock him out and into that last chance qualifier group. I'm going to have to take a minute. Y'all bear with me here. Our man Charlie is back. I already know my mom's excited. I'm going to call her out. I'm going to call it out right here. Mom says this is her favorite driver. This is my mom's favorite driver right here, and I got to tell you, after his performance last season, he ain't far from being my favorite driver either. I love this guy. Always great to have him around. He showed up last night. He wasn't here for practice. He saw an announcement post in the Slide Style Discord, and I guess he saw that he had the free time, and he said, "Hey, man, can I still jump in?" I said, "You don't understand, bro. We've been talking about you every week." I have been so excited to have Charlie back in slide style competition. Some of the greatest improvements in driving. When he first came around to our events. His qualifying scores were in the low to mid twos. There were a couple events that he just squeaked in on the last chance qualifier, and you could tell that wasn't enough. Of course, he's here to have fun. He enjoys hanging out with the guys just like everyone else. But that wasn't enough for our man Chally, and he improved and improved week after week after week. And this man made it all the way to a final to face off against Theory. Unfortunately, did not capture the win, but he made it all the way to a final. He started out qualifying in the low twos and took it to a final. And this man has been a staple in slide style driving ever since. All of the drivers love this guy, so I had to take a moment and give a huge shout out to our man Chally. We're so glad to have him back in competition here. Now, I will say he said last night, he was like, hey, can I join? So I have no idea how much track time he has had here, but I'm just happy to see him on my screen. So let's see what this Mopar machine, this beautiful Mopar machine, has got for us here. You see him kicking into gear. The exhaust blasting the flames out as he rips out on the track. Look at the angle he's able to get here. Now, how close is he going to be on this wall? Look, it's so close around the outside there. Downshifting in the middle of the corner and kicking in the throttle. You could see the car readjust. And just like we said earlier, getting in the dirt and grabbing the handbrake. So there's not just one driver. Look at this, using up the dirt on this side and slinging that angle around the wall ride. Look at him dragging that rear bumper. Awesome stuff here from Chally. So glad to see it. Let him know what you think over there. Now, just vote on his run. Don't. I know I gave my man a ton of props just there. I love my boy Chally a lot, but don't vote on his run. Don't vote on what I talked about. You know. Oh man, be a little unfair advantage there. No, I'm just. Hey, Chally did a great job there. Like I said, on not a ton of practice either. Great stuff from Chally here. Man, I'm excited to see our boy back. I'm excited to have SLIDESTYLE back, man. How is everybody watching along? I appreciate all of y'all still getting your votes in, still showing the love, hanging out with us here. Are you guys excited for the 2023 SLIDESTYLE season? If you're enjoying what you're watching, if you like CarX and you want to participate, !SLIDESTYLE in the chat. It'll take you to the SLIDESTYLE Discord. You can read we have a file in our regulations channel on the Discord, but it's not just rules in that it is everything you need to know about SLIDESTYLE. It's got the entire season schedule. It's got timetables for how we handle events. It's got how we do qualifying, how we do brackets, all the information you're going to hear tonight while watching along with the event. All of that information can be found in that document, along with the car specifications, the windshield banner specifications. It's all in there. If you want to participate in a SLIDESTYLE event, that is your first place and your one-stop shop to find out everything you need to know. And Chally's going to come away with a 3.9, puts him good for 8th place. Look at how close the scores are on the scoreboard. In the top 11. Unreal. As we move on to our final group of qualifying, our cars come in and out of the server in groups of 5 to try to make things nice, organized, and neat for everybody. So we are down to our final group of qualifying here, it looks like, and yet another first-time SLIDESTYLE driver. This is Flyers. And speaking of Flyers, I bet this car is a Flyer. Check out the design on this machine right here. So unique. Love what he did with the windshield banner there. Smooth, simple, to the point. But I am digging the white stripe on the side of this car. That is a unique element that really brings it all together. Take a look at that here. Awesome looking stuff out of Flyers here. He also has the competitive banner on the side of the car here. Loving how that looks, man. You can hear that horsepower and the white wheels too. This is one of my favorite looking liveries of the night. Maybe one day we'll have a prize for the best designed car as well. Maybe that's something we can work in for the 2023 season. But either way, our man Flyers ready to rip it off here. Let's see what he's gonna do for us here as he kicks that car into gear, fires it up. Oh, a little bit of lag there. That thing, I thought he was spinning out. I said, oh no, but it was just a little lag. And boy, he tricked the server because he kicked that thing in and got so much angle out of that first turn there. I don't think the server was ready for it. Similar to Theory earlier, making a perfect arc out of that D-shaped corner there. Kicking back over here, right out to the edge of the course. And then all the way up to that wall. Look at him grinding the wall all the way around. Great work there. Little spin. I love these guys doing a little dance after their run from time to time. That's pretty funny, man. Great stuff from Flyers there as we get the vote in on his run. Also off in the dirt, heading into that D-shaped corner. I think that might be the move. That might be, especially as a lead car, if you have a really good chase driver on you and you're really looking to set yourself apart. Not that these guys are setting picks or anything like that, but that might be something to have in your bag of tricks there, that if you know your opponent is not good at, if their car is not set up for maintaining angle once they hit the dirt, if you can do it with yours, I mean, you never know. Because that spot right there, it's so dangerous because you're sliding along the dirt right there and you are rapidly approaching that guardrail. So that is hard to do. But an awesome run from Flyers there. Like I said, another first-time driver. Great run there at the finish, too, on that wall ride on the way back down the hill. He about executed that whole turn perfectly. But so much angle on the first initiation there. You got about 45 seconds to get your vote in here as you watch along. As we are coming down to it here, just 3 drivers left. In competition this evening before we get into our bracket. But before we do that, we are going to have a last chance qualifier. And that is going to be it for Flyers run. Comes away with a 3.2. which puts him good for 14th. He's going to be close making that last chance qualifier group there, but great run so far. And we move on to last season's first ever event winner. He won here at Atron last season under slightly different circumstances, I guess, than what SLIDESTYLE has morphed into today, but you can't take it away from him. Damien, the first ever SLIDESTYLE event winner, but that's out the window now. Brand new season, fresh start. Look at him showing a little bit of love here. Me and Charlie on the front, and then check out the back here. SLIDESTYLE right there on the back window, and of course, can't forget showing a little love. Ken Block there on the roof. Like I said, all of these cars, or not all of them, but a whole lot of these guys definitely having tributes on their vehicles. It's a Team Imperium ride here. Not a whole lot of team drivers, I guess, unless you count Uncle Malte Racing. Not a lot of team drivers, but I have a sneaking suspicion that next month there may be an invasion of a handful of teams. Oh, I hit my microphone there. My apologies to everyone's ears. But there may be an invasion of a handful of teams making their way into SLIDESTYLE competition next month. So keep an eye out for that. And if you want to be a part of the event, like I said, !SLIDESTYLE will take you right to it. So Damien won the first ever slide style event here at Atron last season. Can he come away with the win the first event of this season? We're going to find out right now, because he's ready to launch this car off the line. Fires it up, cranks it up, puts it in gear. Going to show what Team Imperium's all about here. Slings this thing into that first 180-degree turn, right along that guardrail all the way around here. Stays away from the dirt this time around, but tracing that white line, much like P-Dub earlier on, so close to that outside wall. Touching every white line all the way around the course here, and here he is on the wall ride, so close to that concrete. It loves to reach out and bite you, but it is not going to have Damien for a meal today. As the votes start coming in for this run as we watch the replay, you can definitely see Damien is hungry for this one. So much control out of that vehicle. Already cracking into the top 5 so far, it looks like. Gonna be close here. Like we said, our scores are so close already as it is. But what a run from Damien. Like I said, first ever event winner last season, looking to have a repeat performance here, and I'm sure looking for even more wins than that, as he is definitely going to be in the fight for the 2023 Slide Style Season Championship. About a minute left to get your votes in on that run. As we come down to our final 2 rides on the evening. Just a couple seconds left here. If you haven't voted for Damien yet, make sure you get it in there. Coming down to the wire. What's it gonna come out to here? Looks like he is gonna have a 4.2 on his run, making it good for 5th place, cracking the top 5 there. As we are quickly gonna update our timing and scoring information for you real quick so that everybody is all on the same page, because we are down to the last 2 cars for this evening's qualifying here. And you are looking at our man Boost right here. Was able to squeak his sign up in at the last minute. Same as a couple of other drivers. Maybe not able to get as much practice in as all these other guys, but he brought, look at this crazy Miata he is brought out here. I mean, this is it even really a Miata anymore? This thing is like a custom built straight out racing machine here. And look at that big nasty V8 motor crammed down into that little frame. This thing is going to be a force to be reckoned with. Now, of course, you might see the Talladega Nights inspired numbers on the windshield. Now, that's a long-running joke with our friend Boost here. He's the only one that gets to do that, so don't get any ideas, everybody. Our friend Boost gets to run his crazy Talladega Nights numbers on the front windshield. But if you ever wonder what number Boost is, I mean, he doesn't leave much up to question. I'm pretty sure, I believe his number's 23. I'm not certain. Now, don't quote me on it, but I think his number might be 23. This is a crazy looking Miata machine here, and it's going to have a ton of horsepower. So let's see if it's got the handling to go with it as he gets ready to rip his run off here and see where he shakes out. In the order for tonight's event. Look at how much, I told you it was going to have some speed to it. Good grief. Look how much angle this thing has got in it all the way around here, and it is moving all the way out. Almost gets in the dirt there, as he also makes a smooth arc out of that turn. Opting not to do the transitions over there. He's just ripping the speed around here. He wants to show off what that car can do on the lead. And he's just looking to escape from the chase car, that is for sure. Let's take a look here. I feel like when he comes around this this D-shaped turn here at the finish, let's see what happens. He comes to the wall here. Does he make contact with the wall? He doesn't make contact with the wall. The car comes off angle. It's almost like he wanted to cut in and you know, and make that transition as everyone else has done on the way. And it just, the car didn't want to do it. He had so much forward bite. You could see those rear wheels just absolutely eating it there. And I think when he got to the final turn, he was just like, oh, well, we're here now, and just sent it into that bad boy. Because, man, that little Miata with that huge V8 power, man, this thing has got the horses. And look, I mean, you see how much weight reduction. It ain't got a roof on it. It's got the door panels are cut out. It doesn't have a rear bumper, doesn't have a hood, doesn't have fenders. I mean, this thing is it's the closest thing to like a World of Outlaws sprint car. I mean, it's just a motor and wheels with a driver in the middle of it. Good grief. But you got about 30 seconds left. Get your votes in here for Boost. Let him know what you thought about that run. As it's coming down to it here, last couple of seconds. And then we will move on to our final qualifying or individual qualifying run of the evening, and then it will be time for that last chance qualifier group, and we will see who makes that. There you have it for Boost. It's gonna be a 2.4. Now we have got a special one for you to finish this one off, and gonna have to take a quick second here before we get to this run to talk about this ride that we're looking at right here, and the driver sitting in the driver's seat. This is my man Akuza. If you have ever been to an Alex on your I can't even talk. If you have ever been to an Alex on your screen stream before, or a slide style event or anything like that, this is a name you know. Akuza, one of my, I'm very blessed to have many people I could call my right hand man, but Akuza definitely one of those guys. Has been here from the very beginning, always a part of so many things that we do on our stream. And anytime, you know, streamers will do their 12-hour stream, 24-hour stream, big things like that. We did a 12-hour stream. Akuza was here for every minute of it. We did a 24-hour stream. I think he was here for probably 80% of that, if not more. Akuza is always here, one of my best friends, and I truly mean that. And the reason I tell you all that is all of the action you have seen on your screen tonight is absolutely due to this man right here. Not only is he running in the event, not only is he, well, I don't know if he is or not, I guess I'll find out later, but usually he's our photographer for the events, taking screenshots of these runs. But this man is running race control for this evening. So all of these drivers coming in and out of the server, every time a run is over, I come back around to the live view and you see a car sitting right here on the starting line ready to go. That is all due to the organization of my man Akuza right here. So he's pulling double, triple, quadruple duty tonight, and he is going to be our last qualifier. So everybody in the chat, everybody everywhere, show some love. We could not do any of this. Any of this at all could not happen if it were not for Akuza. Now let's take a look at what he's built here, because you guys know last season, every event, Akuza comes out with a different ride every time. And we're starting off the tradition again this year. My man is showing up with the Drift edition of the Bigfoot family. This is Leadfoot, this beautiful Hunted truck variant here. And of course, like we said, you know, big love to Ken Block and the entire Hoonigan family, showing some love here with this vehicle choice. But of course, old Leadfoot here, old faithful here for Akuza. This right here is the driving machine. So now that I've absolutely put him on the spot and shown the world's brightest spotlight right on him, let's make him drive, shall we? We have set our system up to where he can't even, I mean, I'm sure he's watching along with the stream, but he can't hear me talking in real time, so he'll be getting it on the stream delay. But we have like a red light, green light system that we have got going in between us is how we communicate. So I'm going to give my man Akuza the green light. Boy, let's see your run. Have some fun with it, and we'll see you on the other side, my friend. Or I'm going to hit the green light and he could just sit there. That'd be funny as hell, too. He should have done that to me. Well, here he is, Leadfoot, absolutely ripping it here. You know the thing has got the horsepower, and you see it's got the angle, too, all the way out to the outside. But like we talked about earlier, this is also a chase machine. You see the wheel inputs there. He can put this vehicle exactly where he wants when he wants it. And the horsepower is showing it for sure as he cranks the thing back and forth here, riding the wall there at the end. Playing it a little safe, maybe. Oh, he gets a little tap. Just a touch there at the end. Almost loose. He holds on to it. Oh, and I delayed a little bit on the replay. He's going to be mad at me. That last little bit's going to be on the replay there, too. Oh, boy. Well, get your votes in for Akuza. Much like I said about Charlie earlier, of course, in fairness to everyone else, please vote on his run. Not everything that I said about him earlier. We all love Akuza very, very much. But definitely vote on his run and what you thought about it there. Great stuff from him. But big props to Akuza. Now, as you vote on this run, we will find out where things shuffle out here. But we are going to be down to our last chance qualifiers group. So we will take a short little intermission. Well, I mean, we're not going anywhere, but we'll take a look at the sights and sounds of Atron Circuit here as the group of 5 last chance drivers make their way into the server. And get ready to do their last chance qualifier runs. Man, he had that thing cranked out sideways there at the end of that run. Check out the fuel tank just hanging out in the rear there. Got about a minute left here on Akuza's run. Now, this is our final 5-star vote for this evening. So as we make our way back over to the last chance qualifier runs, those will be happening back to back. So basically what you're going to see is the first driver pull up, they do their run, we show the replay of that run while the next car is pulling up, and we rinse and repeat till all 5 drivers have completed their run, and then you're going to vote on the driver that you want to see fill out the final group here. And we have a score here. As we come back around, Akuza is going to slide in with a 3.4, put him good for 15th place. So he will be in that last chance qualifier group. So you will see here, that is going to be Jason, Void, Hero, Akuza, and Flyers make up the drivers for this last chance qualifier. Unfortunately, Foxy, Santaku, Tiger, and Boost, their scores were not quite enough to be able to qualify for today's event, but we love them and appreciate you guys coming to hang out with us as we get these next 5 drivers into the server here. Jason, Void, Hero, Akuza, and Flyers, as you see there. While we wait for that to get sorted out, we're going to talk about our upcoming events and the event schedule for this season. Of course, we are at Atron Circuit today, but next month in February, we are going to be at the parking deck. In undisclosed parking deck is where we're going to be next month. Definitely have a unique and fun line to run there. And if you stick around here on the stream, right here, Alex, on your screen, after the slide style event is over, we will be hosting the first, I guess you'd call it an open practice there, where we will be hanging out, checking out the line, seeing what it's all about. And you guys can all jump in here with these slide style drivers and take part in some runs there. But after that, of course, in March, we will be driving up the mountain in Japan on the Toad course there. We'll be at the Red Ring in April. St. Petersburg coming up after that. Los Angeles, Springstone, and Ring in Irwindale. We have got an awesome schedule for you this season. All of these events are available in the SLIDESTYLE Discord server under the schedule tab. You can see the course map for every event there as well. Exclamation point SLIDESTYLE will take you to it. So one more time, we are going to quickly take a look here at our qualifying rules. Again, as we said, drivers ranked 12 through 16 are going to run again, and you guys vote on which of those 5 drivers are going to be in the final bracket position. We're going to be looking at speed, angle, flow. They're getting to the right, driving on edge, being at the edge of the course, on the edge of your seat, however you want to take it, but the edge of their run and the aggression, how they approach this course and how they attack this course is what we are going to be looking at. So we are taking a look here. Our first driver. Now these guys, like I said, they're going to come at you back to back. So you're going to need to make a mental note on what you think about which of your favorite run, because we're going to see the run, we're going to see a replay, and then the next driver is going to be locked and loaded and ready to roll. So get ready for that. Here we go. Jason on the line, ready to rock. Let's see what he's got for us here. Oh, what is going on? Oh, hang on. Akuza's going to need to call, and we've got some kind of camera or drone issue is acting up here. Let me get word over to race control while we get that figured out. See if we can't. We're gonna have to bring the drone into the pits here and see if we can't figure out what's going on with that. Oh, I think we might have it back here. We'll Jason, if you can hear me, man, I apologize for that, but I believe we have got you hooked back up here with our drone camera. So we'll get him back to the start line. If somebody in the Discord server that maybe can hear my voice, if you could ping Akuza and let him know that we will need Jason to make his way back to the line again. That's my apologies there. Camera got a little wonky on us here, but we'll get him back in and get this going. It wouldn't of course we locked the camera down to the car as it's traveling around the track so we don't lose track of him, but for whatever reason it didn't like his car. It didn't want to go to it. All right, well, I believe we've got him now. So we will take another look here. There we go. Got that beautiful S15 machine on our screen. And I think we are ready to rock and roll here. All right, so the first run of the last chance qualifiers. Let's get it. So much angle. leading into that first turn there, and you can see him trying to use that handbrake to back that car up to the wall, and he does that. Stays right on the guardrail all the way around. Getting a bunch of angle out of this S15, keeping his momentum up around the course here. Definitely a momentum run there out of our man Jason as we watch the replay here. As we await the next driver coming to the starting line. A great run out of Jason there. As our next driver is pulling up to the line here, so we will watch one more look here, heading into the last turn. Is Jason. Great stuff from him there. So, headed to our next driver is going to be Void here, as he's ready to attack this course and see if he can't prove to you guys that he deserves to be the 12th car making this field here. Also in an S15, bringing the angle, bringing the speed, what these cars are known for. Maybe not getting as much of that outside guardrail, though, as Jason did, but using up some of that extra asphalt there to carry some momentum into the D-turn here. Tracing that white line there around the outside, though. Looking good on transition here as he makes his way up the hill. Great job staying in close proximity to that wall there. So just like our last driver, we'll watch two passes of the run here so you can get a good idea. Maybe even some of you are taking this serious and taking some notes even. So we'll let you have a shot at noting down some things about these drivers and what you think about their runs. And we will move on to our next driver here. Like I said, maybe not as close to the wall as he wanted to get on this turn there, but boy, did he make up for it the rest of the run. Awesome stuff here out of Void. Great job on that final wall ride up and down the hill. I can't tell y'all enough how difficult of an area of the course that is. As we move on to our next driver here in the last chance qualifier, it's going to be Hero. You've seen this car before. He is going to bring it with this S13, and we're going to see what he's got here. Or 180 SX, same thing, really. Depends on where it was, and depending on where the driver's seat is, it might be a 240 SX too, but I believe this is the Japanese variant, so that would be a 180 SX, and boy, is the speed coming with this light little machine. Now, Hero, of course, driving with a wheel, maybe even using a VR headset for this run. We'll have to confirm with him on that, but that is a definite detail to add to his driving, is where many of these guys are using a controller. Our man Hero is coming through with the steering wheel here in a smooth run there, showing the control that comes from using a wheel and pedal setup. I would definitely say that was a huge improvement over his qualifying run earlier. Great stuff there from Hero. We'll watch it go around one more time before moving on to our next driver here. I mean, you can see the speed off the launch there. And never lets off the throttle almost the entire run. You could see the smoke just shooting up out of the rear of that ride. Great stuff from Hero here. As we get ready for our next driver here in Akuza, as he is ready to rock and roll in Leadfoot here to see if he can show you guys that he deserves to be in the bracket this evening. But he's got the green light. He's ready to rock and roll. Let's see what Leadfoot can do for us here. As it's got the angle, we know that. And look at him right along that outside guardrail there. Sawing that wheel. He's saying, I'm going to keep the rear of this car, or truck, I guess, on the guardrail. Making a smooth angle. Little wall tap there as well. Look at the handling coming from Akuza here. Almost completely sideways, heading into that final wall ride. What a run here from Akuza. Showing that he wants it here. He's not content with just making sure the event's running smoothly. He wants his ride running smoothly, and he wants a trophy. Man wants to take the top spot. Absolute flyer of a run. Now I'm just sitting here watching. He got the warm up, and like I said, Akuza has been in the server the entire time this evening. He is not able to jump out with some of these other guys after their runs, make more practice runs or anything like that. Some of these other guys were able to get some more runs in for the last chance qualifier. Akuza has been right here with us all night long, so that was quite a second run there out of him. Great stuff there from Akuza. And our last chance qualifier, Flyers, is going to be up next. This is a beautiful ride here. I'm loving the design on this car. We should definitely see about doing some kind of vote for best dressed, best looking car. But either way, for the last chance qualifier run, here he goes off the line is Flyers. Oh, throwing the 360, but he wasn't able to hold on to it. Oh, no. Oh, man. He said, hey, I know exactly how to guarantee myself a spot. There it is. That's what he was going for right there. He said, I know exactly how to guarantee myself a spot in the bracket. Oh, no. The thing gripped up on him. But look, he's showing he's got the ability. That is for sure, but it just did not work out for him on that first turn. I don't know how much we'll see. Oh, let's try it again. There we go. Now it worked out. It just catches him spinning out. My apologies there on the replay. But you'll see at least him having some fun with the rest of it. And I love the attitude there, not giving up and not just kind of quickly driving to the end of the line. He said, I was going for it. And that's all we ask for, is for these guys to go for it. And what great work there from Flyers. So we will let this replay run around one more time. You could see him going for these 360 spin arounds here. You can see it over-rotated on him there on that first one, but was able to hit it on every other turn going around. Awesome stuff here. Well, that is going to be it for all 5 of those drivers. So the last chance qualifier vote, it is coming at you in the chat right now. Which driver do you want to see moving on to take the final spot in the bracket of 12 here for tonight's freestyle tandem drifting competition? It's going to be between Jason, Void, Hero, Ikuza, and Flyers there. I believe it is definitely going to be a close vote. But if you haven't voted on anything yet this evening, definitely put the votes in. For these guys to find out who's going to be the last driver to make up the bracket for round 1 here at Atron for the start of this season of SLIDESTYLE. Been a great event so far, and we're halfway through the part that you've all been waiting for coming up. Tandem drifting freestyle competition on its way at you here in just a little while. You've got about 30 seconds left on this vote to find out who is going to be the final driver making the bracket of 12 here. Looking at it right now, it looks like it's going to be between Hero and Ikuza. Kind of what I expected after watching those run. Great improvements from all 5 drivers, but Hero and Ikuza really did stomp their runs out. And like I said as well, Hero using that wheel and pedal setup, man, he has got his work cut out for him. He'd be sweating by the end of the night, man, but always puts on a show. But that vote has come in, and it looks like it is going to be Ikuza grabbing the victory there, cranking out the top spot. Here we go with these votes not changing colors and stuff like they're supposed to. Again, it's supposed to turn green on Ikuza's name right there, and it's not doing it. I don't know why. But either way, Ikuza grabbing that final spot there. And he will be moving on to the bracket. So, before we talk about that, we are going to take a look here at the rules for bracket competition here in SLIDESTYLE. It's 12 cars, single elimination, and every winner of every run is decided from you all watching at home. The rounds are going to be as follows. The breakout round has 6 winners to it. The eliminator round, 4 drivers are going to come away from that one. The contender round will give us our final 2, moving their way into the showdown. Now, for tiebreakers in the votes, the lower seed driver is going to get the tiebreaker in the breakout and eliminator round. So basically, if they qualified lower and the vote comes to a tie, they are going to get the win, kind of the underdog type of situation. And in the contender and showdown rounds, ties are going to trigger an automatic one more time. The redemption round that you see as part of the eliminator part of the bracket, the 3 losing drivers in the eliminator round are going to go to a vote, and the 2 drivers, the 2 highest voted drivers from that vote, are going to face off against each other for the final spot to move into the contender round. So let's take a look here at the breakout round. Our first pairing is going to be PWX and Ikuza. Louis and Theory are going to make up our second pairing. Wayne and Charlie, boy, is that going to be a run right there. J-Cup and Squid are going to be up next. After that, Damien and Cruz. And then the final run, or the final pairing, rather, of the breakout round is going to be Malte and Hypser. So these drivers are making their way into the server now, getting loaded up, getting set up. Like I said, Akuza doing a great job handling race control this evening. And also great to see that Akuza and PWX are going to be our first pairing here, of course, with P-Dub on the lead. But that will give me the opportunity to show everyone how we are doing our starts here. In slide style this season, we've changed things up ever so slightly. So we're going to take a look here. As we see, these guys are sitting staggered on the starting line. Akuza, of course, being the chase car. So we're going to go over how we do this real quick using these guys as a demo. Akuza is going to be the chase car. Now, the way this works out, as always, it just so happens that Akuza is race control, so he's going to be the decider here. But once we give these drivers the go-ahead that they are clear to start, they do not get a 3, 2, 1 countdown start in slide style events. The chase car is in control of the start, much like if you've ever watched NASCAR or any short track racing. The pole sitter, the lead car coming to the line, is actually in control of the start. The flag man is actually more of a symbolic gesture for the for restarts in NASCAR racing, and if you didn't know that, now you know. But we kind of follow the same thought process here with slide style. The chase car is in the chase position. They know that's the position that they're in for the run. So if they leave the line first, all the lead car can do is drive past them and take the lead position over. That means that both drivers will always be making their way into the first turn together, side by side, and there's no miscommunications, no hiccups, no need for, there's no false starts or anything like that. So, one more time, this is how they line up for the start. Chase car pushed forward by 1 car length. The chase car rolls ahead first. Once they start moving, the lead car can take off and overtake them on the outside, and both cars initiate into the first turn together, and it leads to some of the most closest door-to-door full contact drifting that you have ever seen. This is what freestyle tandem drifting is all about. This is Slide Style 2023 season, round 1, the first event of the year right here at Atron Circuit, and we are ready to get it started. Let's fire it off. These first 2 drivers, PWX and Akuza, let's see what they've got for us here. These guys are ready to launch off. And let's show them what slide style is all about, boys. They let each other know they're ready to rock. Akuza making sure all the ducks are in order in the server, I'm sure. And he is away, and here is P-Dub on the launch. Just like we said, Akuza able to be right there with him off the start. They make their way through, and I told y'all he had the chase machine, but he gets P-Dub into the wall a little bit there, but it didn't bother P-Dub at all. Jumps on the throttle. He's out of here. Akuza's going to have to take the inside line to be able to get back to him here, but it is hard to chase that super fast S15 machine of P-Dub here, but Akuza giving it everything he's got, and he gets back to him by the end of the course here. As we take a look at the replay, man, what runs from these guys. I'm just sitting here watching it. You know, it's crazy that Akuza kind of got into P-Dub there a little bit. We'll watch it one more time before these guys take their next run here. But you can see Akuza trying to get back there to the door and is able to get to him in the corner, but just kind of sandwiches him here just a little bit. But P-Dub's like, I'm not worried about that, and just slams the throttle down, and he is up out of there. Ready to rock. Of course, Akuza taking the inside line, but look at, I mean, the momentum is hard to manage But Akuza using that horsepower to get back to him by the end of the run. Great stuff there. Fun to watch from these two. As we come back around to our live shot here, Akuza now going to be in the lead position. And these guys are cleared to go. I can't wait to see what's going to happen on the flip side here with P-Dub chasing our man Akuza. And there you go. There is the perfect example of how close you can be with the starting system as we use here in SLIDESTYLE. Trying to get the overhead shot because I know P-Dub is going to be all over. Look at Akuza, though, maximizing the course here. But P-Dub staying right there. Super close proximity on the chase, staying right on the door, actually pushing up a little bit with the surge. So close on that transition. Both transitions across the rear bumper. And then staying right on the door. But a great lead from Akuza here all the way through. Full contact on the way through the end of the course there. And that vote is on the way at you in the chat right now. Let us know who you want to see move on to the next round of competition this evening. Great runs from both of these drivers here. But what a great way to start the season of tandem drifting here, showing what SLIDESTYLE is all about. Like I said, these two guys, man, it's like family. They're always here, always hanging out with us, and boy, can they drive. And they are showing what SLIDESTYLE is all about here right in the first tandem group. Man, P-Dub is all over, and you can just see exactly how much control he's got in the chase position, especially against the Huna truck there, having a little bit more body work behind the rear tires there than most vehicles in drift competition do. So he's having to do a little extra work to back off on the transitions, get behind that truck, swing over to the other side, and you can see drive right back up on the door as he does. Awesome, awesome stuff from him here. But that vote is coming down to a close here. Now, I was talking about my voting graphics before, earlier on in the stream. Now, I'm pretty sure this one works properly. So as the vote ends here in the Twitch poll now, and PWX is going to be moving on to the next round. Let's see, does it turn green like it's... Hey, we got one that works. All right. Well, there you have it. PWX going to be moving on to the next round. Great stuff from these two. As we head on to our next pairing here, which is going to be Luid and Theory. Got the purple, black, and white machines here. I cannot wait to see what these two have got to bring to us right now. So they are going to get ready and fire it up. And this is going to be a banger of a run right here. Can't wait to see it. As they fire up, Theory says he's ready to go. Luid says, me too, let's do it. And off the line, these two go. And you can see Theory right there. Oh, dives in early. Something's happened with Theory's car there. I hope it wasn't a controller issue. We may have, well, look, he just drives right back. He's like, I'm not worried about that. Drives right back to the door of Luid here. Almost up to the front fender, all the way around the corner there. Luid doing an incredible job of maintaining angle all the way through under all this pressure from Theory. Look, all the way up, driving to the front fender here, wheel to wheel, bumper to bumper as they finish the run out. We'll have to look again here to see what happened. With Theory's machine, you can see he just stopped having steering input. I think he had a controller connection issue or something, quickly plugs it back in, and look at the skill of Theory I mean, if he had to replug his controller or whatever happened, if he dropped it, I don't know. But my man gets it back together and then finishes out a chase like that. And that's what I said at the top of the show. When we saw Theory's qualifying run, I've always said he's your favorite driver's favorite driver. Theory, I mean, the talent is undeniable, but watch Lewitt's lead run here now. We can't wait to see his chase, but I mean, he ran as smooth and clear of a lead run as he could to allow Theory to do his work back there. I'm not sure if Lewitt was even aware that Theory had an issue earlier on in the run. Well, I guess when you don't have Theory climbing up your door early on, I guess you know something went wrong. But you can see here, man, that is what it's all about. As we come back to it here, so now Theory is going to be your lead driver here, so hopefully the controller connection or whatever it was that happened there does not happen again, and he is able to sling this thing around the track. But I can't wait to see what Lewitt's car here can do on the chase as he rolls up. He's ready to go. Theory says, I'm ready to go too. Oh, little hesitation from Lewitt there. Oh no, that's what happens when you hesitate. He's going to have his work cut out for him here to catch back up. There he goes. You can see him slinging it in there, giving it everything he's got. But it's going to be tough to match the speed of Theory's machine here. And Theory is on the way. He is up out of here. But you can see Lewitt absolutely launching it in there. Unfortunate off the start. But as we go to the vote here, we can talk a little bit about what happened there on the replay. So this is one thing we always talk about in practice. And it's part of how I describe that launch procedure. The way that we set it up allows for the perfect start every time. And what the situation is, the chase car knows they're the chase car. That's the position they're going to be in. So they're not going to just wildly drive in the first turn ahead of the lead driver. But as you see what happened on the start of this run, you cannot hesitate. As the chase driver, if you start moving forward and then take your foot off the throttle, the lead car cannot afford to let off the throttle. They have to overtake your position and move into the lead. And unfortunately, this is the outcome of what will happen in that situation. So for everybody moving forward, if you're the chase car, the lead car's job is to pass you. When you start rolling forward, you got to stay on it. You definitely don't hit the brakes, but don't let up. You know, obviously you can't just full throttle floor it because then they wouldn't have the opportunity to pass you and we'll have to call it like a false start. But you have to maintain your momentum rolling forward because you are in control of the start. The chase car is in control of the tandem start here. Unfortunate situation there, and great attempt to, I mean, Lewitt gave it everything he had to send it back in there and make it happen. But just a few seconds left here on this vote. As our next couple of drivers make their way up to the starting line. And that is going to be it. Kind of as we expected there. Lewitt, I've got to say, man, great showing. Awesome work in qualifying. You are definitely going to have a very successful slide style season ahead of you. Coming in on such short notice, making these runs, not having a lot of practice with the starting procedure there. So it's definitely something that's going to happen. But, man, great work there, great job, and we will definitely be seeing you more throughout the season, I am sure. But with all of that being said, moving on to our next pairing, boy, this is one I think we have all wanted to see for a long time, and we are getting it right here, right in the breakout round, the first round of competition. It's going to be Wayne and Chally facing off in these two machines here, and boy, I cannot wait to see what this one brings to us here. as these guys are queuing up, getting ready to launch off the line here. So we're going to see what we've got. Last season's champion versus last season's most improved driver. They flash the lights. They're ready to go. Charlie takes off, and he's like, I'm not going to hesitate. Wayne's got to go back by me. They are ready to go here. As they launch into the first turn, Charlie's not going to let Wayne run away from him. Absolutely not. He drives it in there. He is all the way up to his front bumper. It bogs down on him a little bit. He's got a downshift, and that gives Wayne the opportunity to move away from him here, though. So Charlie takes up the inside line there. But that big, heavy Mopar machine, it's wanting to grip up on him, but he is not letting Wayne run away, not one little bit. Slides all the way up, wheel to wheel there. Gives it a bunch of angle. Little love tap to Wayne on the way out. Great stuff from both of these guys here. Man, you can see this run was off to a great start right up until you get in the middle of this corner. That heavy Mopar machine, you see it right there. That engine just goes. My man had to downshift and get back into it there, but never let Wayne out of his sights, not the entire time. He was right there with him all the way through. We'll watch it one more time. I did Wayne dirty by not updating his colors. I did everybody else's, and I was like, oh, I'll get back to his, and got on to other stuff and forgot about it. So he's got the wonky colors for his number pads there. Love you, buddy. Great runs from Wayne, and you know it's a stellar lead from Wayne. You already know what to expect. That's why we're not even talking about it. He comes with his own. You don't even have to do commentary on his runs. You already know what the word is when it comes to Wayne. And he does not disappoint at all. Well, Charlie is going to be your lead driver coming up here with that Mopar machine. So let's see what they've got on the flip side and see how Wayne's chase is. They roll up. They're ready to rock here. Perfect initiation into the first turn from both of these guys. Look how much angle Charlie gets there. That almost caught Wayne off guard, it looks like. He's cranking so much angle out of that big body machine. Wayne can't even match it, and that never happens. Charlie absolutely bringing it here all the way to the outside to that guardrail, and Wayne doing an awesome job anticipating that, sticking with him. Look how close on the transition Wayne is here all the way through. Such great work from these two all the way around the guardrail. They're wheel to wheel at the finish. I could watch that run all day long. Good grief. I'm gonna take a break. Whew. We knew it. We knew they were gonna bring it. And both of their runs, they absolutely did bring it. Charlie might be the first person I've ever seen out-angle Wayne on a run, but, I mean, Wayne was just incessant. He was just on the door. I mean, look at he never left his side for a second, all the way up to the fender there. What an absolute banger of a run from both of these guys. It's going to be close on these votes. I know it. You got about a minute left. But I don't know how many times I can say it, man. But these guys, they're doing their job for me. They're showing exactly what slide style is all about. This right here, this run, put it on a commercial. This is the run. This right here, just full contact, door-to-door, freestyle tandem drifting. That is slide style right there. You love to see it. And like I said, man, exclamation point slide style. Throw it in the chat. It'll give you the link to the official SLIDESTYLE Discord. You can join in and be a part of these events. There's nothing to it. We practice every Friday night, including tonight. We will be practicing for round 2, hanging out together. Come meet all these drivers. You can drive with them side by side and see if you want to sign up for an event. But coming down to the line here, it is going to be Wayne taking away the victory over Charlie here in round 1. Charlie, I cannot tell you enough, buddy. I was so excited to see your name pop up last night in the Discord. Well, I mean, you saw that because I went nuts when you got in there. But man, I am so glad to see you back, and I'm almost a little upset that you got teamed up against Wayne there right off the bat. But that's what happens sometimes. The drift gods said you left us for too long. You must be punished, and you were delivered Wayne for your first run. But I tell you what, man, so great to see you back. Hopefully we can see you for more events throughout the season. And like I said, man, you see Mom there in the chat. You are her favorite driver, bro. And I believe everybody in SLIDESTYLE aspires to be Mom's favorite driver, but that is taken by the one and only Charlie there. Great runs, dude. So glad to have you back. But we are going to move on to our next pairing here between Squid and J-Cup. This one, I don't know what to expect from these two drivers. I don't know if I've seen them make runs in practice side by side. I don't know what to see here. So we're just going to have to watch this one together. And the sparks are going to fly, and we're going to enjoy the show. Let's see what they've got here. Squid rolls forward. He's ready to go. J-Cup says, let's sir. Or, let's sir. Yes, sir. Let's do it. That's what I was thinking. Squid managing that proximity, giving a little thump to the side of the door there before he cranks that car into this big 180-degree turn here. A little lag there from Squid, but he manages to hold on to it. Close on the transition there on that rear bumper. Sticking on the same angle as J-Cup here, though. A little touch on the wall, a little touch on the door, full contact. That's how we do it around here. As these guys make it to that final uphill, same thing. Look at that, a little low tap there. Look, Squid getting back to the door. That last one might have actually been a little lag there. I don't know if that actually, in all reality, if that actually happened, but these guys showing a little driving precision here. Look at Squid doing his best to match the angle all the way around, kind of surging forward and giving those little love taps where he can. But you see that little skip there. So definitely dealing with a little bit of network delay. And doing his best to work with that. Hard to do in a more competitive environment. That might even be worth a rerun, but it doesn't seem to have affected either driver's line at all. And if anything, it added a little bit of excitement to things here. So we'll watch this one more time before we come back around. For the flip side of things here, with Squid going to be on the lead coming up next. Great stuff from these two. I mean, right there, you see Squid, I mean, like in the tire tracks of J-Cup. And not, I talk about Squid a lot. J-Cup had such a good lead, I had nothing to say about it. It was like the perfect lead, so we were just focusing on the chase car there, which is exactly what you want to see. And like I said, in SLIDESTYLE competition, it kind of leans toward the chase car most of the time. So speaking of chase car, great lead from J-Cup there. So here comes his chase. Let's see what our man has got as he's going to be tagging along behind Squid here. He rolls forward. These guys are good to go. Squid's going to have a little speed there, but I mean, both of these being Corvette platform vehicles. Of course, the flanker highly customized, but oh, a little lag there. You see it made it, it kind of faked out. J-Cup made it look like Squid was spinning out, and J-Cup, what a great job to adjust for that and not give up on the run either. Stays right with him all the way through here. Great proximity. Close on the transitions there, a difficult section. Now stays right on him on the door through this last part. But Squid able to, oh, there's that big lag we were talking about. But it was right at the end of the run here. Hopefully the replay is not too late. We're going to let that one go because it was right as these drivers were coming to the finish. So we're not going to worry about that lag there at the end. As we take a look at them initiating into the first turn, yeah, we're not going to What do they say in The Wizard of Oz? Pay no attention to the lag at the end of the run. We're not going to worry about that little bit. We're going to look at the rest of it here, and Jacob doing an awesome job sticking close on the transitions there. Great smooth driving from both of these guys, but that's like I said earlier about the server will do that from time to time. You see how it just teleported him and then put him back where he was there, so that happens that way every so often. But that vote is still rocking and rolling, so let us know who you want to see move on to the next round here. Old Bug X, as we all call it, right there at the end. Actually, the votes are coming in slow for this one. Everybody's looking close at these replays and really putting the thought in here on this one. You're running, you got about 20 seconds left, 20, 30 seconds. Definitely want to get your vote in now. Don't be too late on it. But who is it going to go to? Coming down to it at the end here. Looks like everybody that was really putting their thinking caps on and coming to it here has decided to put their votes in, and it looks like it's leaning towards Jacob. Could there be a surge of votes for Squid at the last second? Coming down to it here. It's going to be close. But it does look like Jacob going to be the one to take it here. But he has got his work cut out for him. You see at the bottom of the screen there, he's going to be facing off against Wayne in the next round of competition. So, going to be interesting to see what happens with that one. But until then, we have got 2 more breakout round runs for you here. Damien and Cruz are coming up, and this is going to be a banger here. Cruz is the chase car man right here, and y'all know Damien can wheel it. He's looking to make his way to the finals here. He wants to have another shot at winning the first event of the season. And these guys are going to be bringing it. So let's see what they've got for us as they get ready to launch off the line. They wiggle their wheels. They let each other know they're ready. A perfect start from these two off the line. Initiating into the first turn together. Oh, there we go. Damien taking that inside line there. And then taking that car all the way to the outside, but the wall reaches out and bites him. Cruz doing a great job avoiding contact there, and then slings it in right back to the door of Damien. Damien maintaining his momentum through there. And then Cruz sticking with him all the way through the finish. That was about as solid a run as you can ask for right there. You even see a little flash of the lights there from Damien, like, yeah, I got in the wall a little bit right there, buddy, sorry. But, and that's part of the sportsmanship that we talked about and the fun that these guys all have. I mean, nothing Damien did there warranted any response to Cruz, to let him know anything about what happened. But Damien just, like, even in the lead position, and he's the one that made a mistake, Damien still says, that's my bad, sorry. That right there is the heart and soul of SLIDESTYLE. It's all about the love of the sport and having fun and doing this together and putting on a show. And I absolutely love to see that from these guys. Great chase from Cruz there. Well, now we're going to see him in the lead position and see what Damien's got on the chase for us here as these guys are ready to rock and roll on the line. Cruz coming in with the picture-perfect lead here. Comes off that outside wall a little bit there, but Damien is able to work with it here as they initiate in. He's got that hard angle on the way in, and Damien tracks it every step of the way. So close on the rear bumper on the chase here, but I mean, Cruz, just the absolute picture perfect lead run. You can't ask for much more than that. As we take a look at the replay here, I mean, Cruz might have just done enough to take the first ever slide style event winner out at his own track. That is tough to do, man, but seriously, you can, I mean, a great chase from Cruz in the first round, like we talked about, had Damian get in the wall a little bit there, but after Damian got in the wall, he cranked it up to 11 for the rest of the run. But you have Cruz come in here, and he kind of said, well, I've got an advantage going into my second run. Let me just, you know, he didn't go to the extremes. He didn't grind his bumper along the guardrail or anything like, well, actually, I take that back. He was damn close. But he just said, let me just be as smooth and consistent as I can and put the ball in Damian's court. So now the ball is in you guys' court, watching along, voting along. Who do you think deserves to move on to the eliminator round? Between these two drivers, great work between both of these guys for certain. Oh boy, I don't know about you guys, but I have missed this. I'm having so much fun, man. I can't say it enough. Thank everybody for all the drivers that are participating in this event. Staying so organized. Akuza doing an incredible job sending everybody in and out of the server and on and off the track when they need to be. Hasn't missed a beat all night long. And then everybody watching and getting these votes in and everything like that. Can't thank everybody enough. I said it earlier on in the broadcast. We literally can't do this without you. We need those votes, and y'all have been bringing them in all night long. We love it. Cruz coming away, knocks Damian off the spot there. And he will be moving on to the eliminator round, taking out the former event champion here in Damian. Great runs from Damian there. Awesome job from both of those guys. But Cruz, man, he brought it with that second lead run. I think he sealed his own fate there. And we are on to the final pairing of the breakout round here. Two of, in my opinion, the best looking cars of the event here between Hyper and Malte. We've got to take a quick second and look at these two rides right here. A little sunshine on them here. How about these cars right here, man? That's what it's all about. The name Slide Style for a reason. We got the slides, but these boys are bringing some style in here as well. But now let's see about those slides. Let's see what these boys can do here. This is going to be Hypser's first run, and he has got hard competition up here against Malte, but these guys have been practicing together quite a bit over the last week. So let's see what they've got here. Oh, Hypser with a little bit of a hesitation there. He's going to have to cut into the inside, but does great work getting right back to the bumper all the way up. Door to door there. Malte getting into the wall a little bit, giving Hypser the opportunity to catch back up, but Hypser may have over-rotated a touch there. And you can see him just absolutely holding the foot to the floor, giving everything he can to catch up with Malte there. He's going to have to dive in on this last corner here. Instead, he opts to just ride the wall in the concrete. Comes out to bite him there. But one of the toughest drivers to try to chase in all of slide style is going to be Malte. But you can see that little, I don't know if he missed a shift or if what it was, but you saw that little hesitation early on in the run, and that kind of set him up to where he had to be. I mean, of course, he's the chase driver, but he was on the chase. He was having to catch back up. But Malte making we'll watch it as it comes back around again, but maybe a slight mistake in that first turn with that outside guardrail. Backed it into the guardrail a little bit, had to resort the ride. But Hypser, I think, carried too much momentum. Let's watch it one time here. Do I have slow motion? I should have slow motion. We haven't really needed to utilize it all night long. There we go. We've got our slow motion on the way in here. You can see grabbing a little handbrake there is Malte, but he got bumped there. So no, I wouldn't say Malte made a mistake by any means there. Hypser was just doing everything he could to get back to the door of Malte there. So props to Hypser for giving that a shot, and props to Malte for holding on under such intense pressure from Hypser all the way through there. So we make our way back around here. Hypser is going to be our lead car here, and you know Malte would climb all up over your door on a chase run. So let's see what they've got for us here, as they are ready to fire off out the gate. You see the lights. Look at that, matching lights. We got twins over here. And they're going to launch into this first turn together. And you can see already Malte is going to be all on that door, matching the angle perfectly, so close on the transition. But Hypser cuts to the inside. Malte wasn't expecting that, has to adjust his line a little bit, is able to do so. And he slides in. He was ready for the inside line this time. Gets all the way back to him here. Hypser using that horsepower, trying to get away from him. Malte's like, I don't think so. Back to the inside again, actually getting away from Malte here, but you see the surge. He shoots right back up to him. And that is going to be the final run of the breakout round here. And man, Hypser knew he had to come in unique. He had to do something different. He had to, it's almost like Malte's like a hunting dog in the chase. He had to throw him off the trail, throw him off the scent. And he said, let's see if I can go wide on the outside. So he thinks we're going to have a nice wide run. And then, whoop, right to the inside there. You can see Malte's like, whoa, okay, cool. All right, well, that's what we're doing. And then watch as they come into the D turn here. Malte's like, I know we're going to the inside, and dives that bad boy in there. Actually had more angle than Hypser and was able to kick him on around there, kind of help him out. But then Hypser says, oh, that's how we're going to play it, and stuffs the throttle into the floor and takes off. That was a battle between these two drivers. We love to see it. But it doesn't always have to be the most picture-perfect art form of drifting. This back-and-forth battle, bumper to bumper, slamming doors, grinding on the walls, this is what makes SLIDESTYLE different. This is what sets SLIDESTYLE apart from other drift events, and this is what is available to us here in the esports world that isn't possible to replicate in real world drifting, because that's expensive as hell. It'd be like a demolition derby, and you know, it's not worth it. So we are able to pull this off here, and it is so much fun to do and so entertaining to watch these guys go back and forth. But there you have it. Malte is going to be moving on to the eliminator round. Hypser with a great showing in his first ever SLIDESTYLE event here. Awesome stuff out of him here as we get ready to set up for the eliminator round here. Well, there you have it, all the winners of the breakout round. As we move on to the eliminator here, and you see up first is going to be P-Dub and Theory. Good grief. Second group, going to be Wayne and Jacob. And then the third group is going to be Cruz and Malte. We have got a banger of a show for you coming right here. This can only get better and better as we go. So we are getting these next couple of drivers lined up and squared away here, ready to jump in the server. It looks like they are already in there and ready to go. Like I said, man, Akuza is staying on top of everything tonight, making my life so easy and making this show enjoyable to watch for all of us at home here. So we've got P-Dub in theory. Now, real quick, before we get this run started, you see that redemption round down there at the bottom of your screen. I can even highlight it here. You see this redemption round down at the bottom. The 3 drivers that do not win their pairings this evening will be put into a vote after these 3 pairs are complete, and the 2 highest voted drivers from that vote will be facing off for redemption, and they will be the final driver making their way onto the contender round. So that is what's going to be coming your way. But first things first, we've got P-Dub facing off against Theory right here. 2 of the most precise and consistent drivers in slide style. So we're going to see what they've got for us here. They've got the go ahead from race control. They flash the lights. They're ready to go. Now these guys have had dozens and dozens of practice runs together, and they are going to show you what they're bringing to the table here today for certain. P-Dub right there on that guardrail all the way around, in Theory staying with him right up wheel to wheel on the front end there. Able to match the angle on the way in. He's got to fight to keep the momentum, and he does, if not a little bit more. Gets all the way back up to that front wheel again. Quick transitions here and into the final corner up the hill. Oh, Theory loses a little bit of momentum there, but doesn't lose the angle, stays with him, and finishes that run out. Great stuff from these 2. I mean, it's so P-Dub, you already know he's going to throw about the most perfect lead you could ever have. I mean, that looked like a clone of his qualifying run right there. We'll see it again here. I mean, he goes from white line to white line on the extremities of this course so perfectly all the way through. And then look how he just traces along the wall here. Theory trying to maximize his proximity there, doing the best he can to stay with him, but the smoothness is so hard to match. And I mean, even the angle as well. Usually Theory has got that car angled out like crazy, so we're going to need to see what he's got here. But we don't call him Mr. Consistency for nothing. He's getting ready to come around on the lead here, and you know he's going to give it the best he can give it here. So we're going to see what Theory's got for us on the flip side and what P-Dub has got on the chase. Is he going to be able to match that chase from Theory here? As these guys launch off, oh, they're going to be side by side going into this one. PW and tries to go for a little bit of an advantage, taking that inside line up here. It looks like exactly like the previous run almost here from both of these guys. Oh, but a big thump there from P-Dub. Theory he didn't even flinch. He holds onto it perfectly. So much angle he's got there. Whoa, maybe too much angle. Another thump from P-Dub, but that's due to Theory slowing up on the way in. And the 2 actually cross the finish side by side. We've got to see this one on the replay here. The vote is on the way at you in the chat. But before you vote, take a look at this replay one time, because we're going to have to pick this one apart to see who we think gets the win here between these 2. Boy, it's close there. I think that could be the one factor right there. The X factor of the run is Theory didn't lose. Like right here, you see Theory lose a bunch of momentum. That car was so sideways that P-Dub, of course, is going to come in and get a piece of the door there. But going into the D turn, I didn't see that loss in momentum. So let's take another glance at it. Coming in right here. Well, he lost a little bit of momentum, but not enough that the chase car couldn't compensate for. Now, this next one coming up, P-Dub had his work cut out for him here, because Theory got like 90 degrees. He almost had a reverse entry in there. So, of course, P-Dub's going to make contact there. But on that first one, I think he could have avoided it. But otherwise, I mean, I wish we had a way to show the side-by-side. That's something I've been working on, trying to come up with a solution for that. Unfortunately, we're only able to run off one replay at a time. I would love to have that functionality going forward. It's something I'm trying to get a hold of, because if we could see both of these runs side by side, would be so helpful. So hopefully in the future we'll be able to have the option of doing that. Just a few seconds left. This vote is coming down to it here. It's going to be so close between these two. Last couple seconds here. Don't hold out on us. Get your votes in. Who do you want to see move on to the contender round? It's going to come down to it, and it is a tie. That means the win is going to go to the lower seeded driver, which is going to be Theory. So close on the vote there. We watch the end of their run one last time. But as we said, in the breakout and eliminator rounds, ties go to the lower seeded driver as kind of an underdog reward. And Theory is going to come away with the win on that one. Super close on the vote. But awesome stuff between these two drivers. And you want to talk about drivers. Boy, if we got some wheelmen here for this pairing. Wayne's going to be on the lead. Jacob on the chase. I am some kind of excited to see this one pan out. These guys are getting ready to come out of the gate here. You see Jacob start moving, chase position. He's ready to rock here. These guys kick in together. Jacob's not going to let Wayne run away from him here, not one little bit, staying all the way up there to the front fender of Wayne's S15 there. This Corvette is not letting him escape. Drives it into that D corner there, staying with him close proximity here. He was a little bit shallower into the corner there, but you have to with a speed demon like Wayne here. And he drives it into the final corner along the wall right here, matching the angle, staying with him all the way through. Great chase there, but you can't beat a lead from Wayne, I'm telling you. As we watch this one again. Man, what a show from both of these guys. Some serious wheelmen. Jacob doing everything he can to stick with Wayne there, and that is no easy task. And he manages to still be right there by his bumper at the finish of this run. Great start there. But you see, he starts to lose a little bit of that proximity, tries to claw some back. That allowed Wayne to keep his momentum flowing strong here. What a run there. So we are going to flip things on around here. Jacob, going to be your lead driver this time around. And these guys slinging into the first corner here. Wayne gonna be all up in Jacob's business. Oh, big shot to the rear bumper there. Jacob doesn't phase him one bit. Continues his line. Little bit of a scratch off the wall right at the end there. Gets in the dirt a little bit and uses it to make up all that angle. I told you earlier how hard that is to do. And you see again how close Jacob is on the wall here. Still getting the dirt. Wayne trying to maintain the angle, actually almost starts to drive ahead of Jacob here a little bit. What a show there from Jacob with all of that pressure coming from Wayne. Let's check this one out again. You can see Wayne with a little contact right there off the beginning. Jacob taking it all the way to the outskirts there on the dirt. A big thump from Wayne on the way in. Is able to hold on to that car. Of course, Wayne's still all up in his grill all the way around, but under all of that pressure, from last year's champion, Wayne, driving that championship style livery. Jacob unfazed by it all. It's almost as if Wayne wasn't there. He just drove his line. I'm just watching and enjoying, man. These guys are so good at what they do. Got about a minute left on your vote here. Let us know what you think. Show some love for these guys here. And who do you want to see move on to the contender round? And of course, keeping in mind the driver, the losing driver, has a shot at redemption. So it's not over yet for the drivers that don't win these pairings. But if you give them your vote now, you could guarantee them their spot moving into the contender round. Well, there you have it. It was close. It came down to it, but Wayne is going to take the win and move on to the contender round of competition. But that is not the last, not necessarily the last we have seen of Jacob, not by a long shot. What an awesome job by him there. But we move on here to Cruz and Malte, two great looking rides here. And two great drivers. These guys both have a very aggressive driving style. This is going to be a show right here. All right, well, we've got Malte, we've got Cruz. These guys are coming at you. Let's find out who's going to be the final driver before the redemption round to make their way into the contenders. Cruz did not come to play around, sending a banger of a lead run here so far, but Malte is not letting him go anywhere, staying right with him. Cruz with that wicked quick initiation into his drift there, throws so much angle. Malte actually having trouble matching the angle there. It looks like he's definitely keeping the proximity and speed. Oh, but a little bit of contact with the wall as Cruz able to hold on to it. So we'll take another look at that one. You can see how much angle Cruz's machine is able to get there. Yeah, that is seeing how much angle Cruz can get there. But Malte, I mean, keeping up that momentum, speed, smooth as possible on a chase run, especially with the transitions. You already know. Look at how close it was there, and the control from Malte able to stick with him here. But like I said, maybe the angle. Maybe those watching at home are looking for the angle on these runs there. Cruz has got buckets upon buckets of that. You can see the difference right here. I don't know, Malte had a good amount there and also was able to stay off of the wall. So we'll see what they do when we flip it back around here. Malte gonna be your lead driver this time around. And let's find out who's gonna come away with the win on this run. Side by side, launching in on the start. Here are these two. And we talked about angle right there. There's all that angle out of Malte. Absolutely, like, directly on that guardrail all the way through. Couldn't have got a piece of paper in there. Slings that angle into the D-turn there. Cruz is giving it everything he can to stick with him here. drives it into the final turn up the hill, but Malte with a perfect lead all the way through. This is going to be a tough call here because I feel like we talked about earlier about how with slide style competition, the focus is really on the chase between the pairings, between the drivers. But these runs, it's almost as if you're comparing the two drivers' leads. They both had almost picture perfect leads on their runs, and the only difference that I could think between the two is Cruz getting reached out and grabbed by that concrete wall there right at the end, because otherwise they had almost identical leads and really identical chases. If you look, I wish we had a side-by-side view, because if you look, Cruz is able to maintain the proximity just like Malte was, but not necessarily the angle. You see how much angle Malte gets on the way in there, and Cruz, while he's still right there with him, not matching the angle. That's exactly what we saw from Malte's chase the first time around. So it's very, very close between these two here. Like I said, it might come down to that concrete wall just reaching out and taking a bite there. About 30 seconds left to get your vote in here between these two. Coming down to the wire here. It's going to be close. People showing some love for their boy Cruz here, but Malte is holding the lead so far. Last second votes always come in. Who's it going to be? It looks like there it is, Malte going to be moving on to the contender round, but we are not through yet, because we have three drivers that did not move on directly to the contender round, but they have another shot. They have a chance at redemption here. Which two drivers do you want to see? Now, you can only pick one, so pick the driver that you most want to see have a chance at redemption. The two highest voted drivers will be making another run to find out who makes it to the contender round to have a shot at getting to the finals. That vote is going to be making its way to you right now, and you will see the results live on your screen. PWX, J Cup, and Cruz. Who do you want to see have another shot at making their way onto the contender round here? Who gets redemption? All three of these drivers so deserving of that. I can't even make a claim for any of them. I think all three of them would put on an incredible show and deserve the chance. That vote is halfway through, and it is so close on all three of these drivers. What is it going to come down to? So close between these three. Such a fun event so far. Having a great time. I hope everybody is enjoying the broadcast this evening. Put in the work to make sure this season of Slide Style is 100 times better than the last one, and we thought the last one worked out pretty daggone good. So Coming down to the last few seconds here, who is going to be the two winning drivers of the redemption vote to get another shot? It looks like it's going to be P-Dub and J-Cup here. And once again, here goes my voting code. Works perfect in testing, but then we start streaming. It doesn't want to do it. P-Dub and J-Cup are supposed to turn green on your screen. Well, if you want to see him in green, all we've got to do here is pull this guy up. Boom, there they are in green. P-Dub and J-Cup, they are making their way onto the starting line right now, and we will bring you this run as soon as these guys are geared up. And ready to rock. It does look like that is the case as we come back over here to our trusty drone camera, and we see P-Dub and J-Cup. So this is the last shot that they've got at making it into the contender round of tonight's event and being one step closer to being the round 1 champion for the 2023 season of Slide Style. P-Dub and J-Cup ready to rock and roll here. They get to go ahead. And let's see them fire it up here. I can't wait to see this one. This is going to be a great run here. J-Cup says, let's do it. Uh-oh, P-Dub on the throttle, gets a good launch out the gate, so J-Cup has to dive to the inside, gets right back. Look how close on the transition there. Could have swiped a credit card between those bumpers, and then J-Cup staying right up to the front wheel of P-Dub here. P-Dub trying to run away from him. You know J-Cup's not going to let that happen with that Corvette horsepower, driving right back up to the front wheels here. Oh my God, how close on that transition. All the way through, and then gets right back up to the front bumper throughout the last turn and tracks him all the way through it. Unreal runs from these two. Man, they fooled us right at the beginning, made it look like it was going to be a runaway for PWX, and J-Cup said, I don't think so. I'm going to be right here. And stuck on him like glue all the way through the rest of that run. But in particular, watch this last segment here. That was a wicked close transition there. And then he gets up to this front bumper. They're wheel to wheel and just sticks on him all the way to the finish. We'll watch this run one more time. That is exactly what it is we are looking for a redemption round run. As these guys are back on the starting line and they are ready to roll here, so we'll look at them come off of this last corner one last time here. Awesome stuff. But now we have J-Cup in the lead position. P-Dub is going to be chasing him, so we're going to see exactly what it is that they're going to have to, do to get your vote to move on to the next round of competition. Both of these guys fire off the line. Oh, they are going to be side by side into this first turn here, and that they are. Oh, P-Dub loses a little angle, actually ends up getting ahead of J-Cup there. Great job from both of these guys to kind of get back into the swing of things, and boy, did they ever. Door to door, wheel to wheel, they were touching on that transition there. P-Dub diving in early again. J-Cup holding his line all the way around the outside. Another big thump there from P-Dub, so close on these transitions. Oh, and kind of crowds J-Cup up in the wall there. You know he didn't mean to do that. Boy, this is going to be a close one on the vote here. P-Dub was all on top of him. You could see there, he went to cut in and the rear end of his car did not want to make the initiation. Great sportsmanship, really, between the two of these, because PWX could have just drove straight forward through the nose of J-Cup there, which I guess wouldn't have been great for him in the eyes of the viewers anyway. But both guys working together, making sure to get this run in, and then that contact at the end pushing J-Cup into the wall there. We haven't looked at any vote percentage penalties tonight, but I do believe that contact would have impeded the line of Jacob here. We're going to take a look. I hate to make that call, but let's see again as they come into this final turn here. You see, and that thump right there also made it difficult for Jacob to initiate here. But yeah, I mean, that's just an honest mistake there from P-Dub, but he didn't have the angle on the way in, and you could see him nose into the front fender of Jacob, pushing him into that outside wall. So that is going to be an incidental contact penalty. It's a vote penalty applied to PWX, but unfortunately in the eliminator round, it's a little bit heftier of a penalty. It's a 40% vote penalty going to be applied here. Unfortunate there right at the end, but great runs from both of these guys and giving it everything they had all the way through. I don't know what it is, because look at right at the beginning of the line there too, P-Dub's car did the exact same thing. Not sure what it's, it just didn't want to set in on the initiation there. Not sure what the deal was with that. But of course, you'll see the vote come through here. PWX is going to turn green, but that's because we have to apply our vote penalty after the fact. That is going to deduct him down to 5. You see there on your screen for the contact penalty. And that means Jacob will be moving on to the final round of competition here. And there are your winners, and all the way to the redemption round as we move on to the contender round, our last two pairings to find out who's going to make up the finals. We have Theory facing Wayne and Malte facing Jacob. Now, I mean, there's 3 names here that you pretty much always expect to see making it this deep into slide style competition, as we see a whole lot of new drivers making their way into the events, getting signed up and being a part of everything going on. There's definitely going to be a lot more competitions in, or a lot more competition in the rounds going forward this season. As we await these drivers getting set up and ready to go on the starting line here. I'm wondering if, I think we may have had a disconnect from someone in the server here, so I'm sure they will get loaded. Yeah, they're getting loaded back in now. But yeah, as I was saying, Jacob making his way into the final 4 here. The other 3 names, Theory, Wayne, and Malte from last season, you came to find that they were going to be there all the time. Some of the most consistent drivers that we have. But Jacob sticking his name in the hat. Of course, we saw many drivers in qualifying put down awesome lines as well. So we will be seeing them in these types of positions coming up later on, I am sure. Well, here we have Theory and Wayne lined up on the start line here. Theory is going to be your lead driver. So No more redemption. This is for all the marbles here. Theory and Wayne, whoever wins this pairing will be moving on to the finals of round 1. And then Malte and J-Cup, between those two, will be moving on to the finals of round 1. Who's it going to be? Let's all find out together. Theory and Wayne ready to rock it off the line here. Little bit of a love tap on the door there from Wayne, but you know these guys have got every bit of angle that you can get out of it, using up every bit of this race course here, matching each other perfectly like twins all the way around the course here. You see Wayne tracing the tire tracks here, backs off for this transition because I think he knows he's going to send it big. Yes, he does. Kind of threw my drone cam off there a little bit. Sends it huge into that last corner, and Theory doesn't let it affect his line. Not one bit. Let's check that one out again. Exactly the kind of run you come to expect from these guys. And you can see where Wayne would back off on the way into a corner and just lurch up forward into Theory's door, but Theory was not letting that pressure affect his run by any means. You can see his steering input just smooth as can be. And watch Wayne here, knew he was going to launch in there, sent it all the way, and Theory was ready for him. Accepted the body check like it was a hockey game. Man, what a run from these two. I could watch these two run all day, man. All right, well, there you have it. These guys are back at the starting line here. They've switched positions. Wayne going to be your lead driver here, so let's see who is going to be moving forward to face off against another driver here in the finals. They are clear to go. Off the line here. And it's like a picture-perfect recreation of the first run almost. Matching each other's angle. Look at, and then now Theory shooting in straight to the door of Wayne here. And same as before, Wayne not budging like a brick wall, just takes it and keeps moving. Theory sends another one in there. Oh, I do not envy everyone having to vote on these two runs. They are both so close. Look at Wayne with a little celebration dance there at the end. Great stuff. Well, here comes the vote at you right now. Oh, I don't know how y'all are going to make the call on this one. This is going to be tough. See, Theory definitely had those surges into the corner just like Wayne had on the previous run. And both lead drivers just absolute stone walls, not letting any of that pressure affect their run by any means. Wayne actually managing to step away there a little bit right at the end of the run. Man, about a minute left on the vote right here. Let us know what you think about these two. I know a lot of people are going to be holding the vote close to the chest here until the last few seconds because for whatever reason, people like to keep us on their toes at these slide style events. But don't wait too long. It'll be like back in the day on eBay, man, before they changed up how it works. People used to sit there and refresh, and hit buy at the last possible second. But sometimes, you never know, with server lag or whatever, you could miss it. And you don't want to miss your vote here. It's going to come down to it so close on the votes here. Last second, who's it going to be between these two drivers? And squeaking it out by just one vote, it is going to be Wayne. Just keeping those, he's driving the championship livery. He's keeping those winning ways up. He is going to be heading into the showdown round. Great stuff there between him and Theory. You expect nothing less out of these guys, man. Awesome to see. As we come back around here and we can see the last two drivers before we head to the finals. Malte and Jacob, we've been waiting on this one. This is going to be the pairing of a lifetime right here. Can't wait to see if Jacob can bring it to these boys and in his first ever slide style event, make it to the finals in that Corvette. Let's see what he's got here as these guys are ready to launch off the line. Maybe not. Maybe we're having to get something sorted out here, making sure everything is good to go on the race control side. Making sure everything is in place where it needs to be. We saw Jacob roll forward there a little bit. Oh, I'm getting word in from race control. It would not be a slide style event if Malte's game didn't crash at least once. We've been lucky we've made it this far. But of course, it has to happen every time. Malte's game has crashed on us. You knew it was going to happen. So therefore the win goes to Jacob. Just kidding. We're He will pop back into the server here in just a moment while we await Malte's return. We're going to take a look at the schedule coming up for this season for those of you that may just be joining us here. We are at Atron Circuit this month, but we are going to be heading to the parking deck in the month of February. That's right, the unnamed mysterious parking deck is where we're going to be headed in the month of February. Tonight, actually, after our event concludes this evening, as we see Malte's car. Well, I can see Malte's car has finally made its way out of the server, so he'll be joining us back in momentarily, and we'll get to our run as quickly as possible so it doesn't happen again. But that practice will be happening pretty shortly after our event is over with. I'm going to have to go grab some dinner. But after that, we will be jumping in. We'll be streaming here. We'll be back to a regular old Alex on your screen stream right here on the channel, and we will be hanging out and checking out the line for next month's course. We'll get the signups. We'll go on ahead and get the signups open for that event and get that ball rolling this evening. It'll be a fun time for sure. So if you are a CarX player and you're looking to come join in with us, definitely do that. ! Slide Style will give you all the information you need to know about joining in on these future events. We have got some great courses this season. We have painstakingly gone through and created all the maps, but really dug in on the lines and looked at what strengths and weaknesses they all had. And definitely maximized the potential as far as slide style event goes. And honestly, in my opinion, the way we put the schedule together, each event gets better and better as we go along. So if you like this course today and you like what kind of show these drivers are putting on with this track, just wait until we get down towards the end of the season. They get better and better as we go. As we await Malte to get ready to drop right back into the server. Should be in here pretty soon. Like we said, wouldn't be a slide style event without Malte's game crashing. But hey, you at home, you can prevent Malte's game from crashing by joining a slide style event and beating him in qualifying. Don't even let him be part of the bracket. And then we won't have to we won't have to deal with it. We love our boy Malte very much. Appreciate all of his contributions to slide style and what we do. We love ragging on his game crashing all the time. All right, quick. He has reappeared in the server. We're going to put the camera on him. Before his game wants to crash again, we're going to dive back in. We'll take this off the screen. We're headed back in. All right. Let's do it. Malte, J-Cup. Who's moving on to the finals? Let's find out. A little late on the start was Malte there, but J-Cup's not letting him get away from it. Drives right back up to that front wheel and is on the door all the way around here. Malte getting off. Oh, big lag there, but it seems to, really doesn't seem to have affected either driver's line, honestly. It was kind of wonky, but they're still getting it done. We'll see if maybe they ask Akuza if they can have a rerun, but they might both be okay with it because they still had a burner of a run here. You see the little 360 there out of J-Cup at the end. We'll watch the replay. If they want to rerun that, I would say that they're welcome to. These guys already lining up in the server, in the alternated position of J-Cup in the lead. You see that big lag spike there. But like I said, it didn't seem to affect the run any. There was definitely a contact made, but neither driver was knocked offline. So, I believe we are checking in with the drivers now to see what they think. If we're giving them the option to run that one again, it's going to be up to them. If they feel like it affected the run in any way. If not, because like I said, man, the proximity was there. You can see J-Cup not letting Malte go anywhere, staying right on him all the way through. So the communication back and forth between race control and the drivers here. I'm not seeing either driver moving in the server currently. So kind of leads me to believe, oh, and here we go. They are switching back positions again, so we will readjust camera settings and everything like that. And come back around. All right, so we're going to scrap that one. That never happened. You didn't see it. It didn't happen. These guys are going to run it up one more time. So here we go. This is their first run. They are ready to rock here. Malte flashes light, says he's good to go. Hopefully we don't get another lag spike. These guys are in the clear, and they are out of here. Much better start than the last run, too, so I think this is going to work out in our favor here. Getting a little bit of dirt kicked up in the air from Malte as J-Cup staying ever so close to that door all the way around. Loses a little ground there. Malte is holding the momentum down here. J-Cup's going to have to dive in on this final turn up the hill to bring it back to him. He does that all the way up to the front wheel, makes contact with the wall. Oh no, but it sends Malte's car flying, able to land on all four wheels, and has to reset back to the track because that concrete wall makes its way all the way around there. And I just realized I may have missed my replay button there, so... All right, we're catching right off the beginning of the run, so that's good. So we'll have our replay here. My apologies for that. But that is definitely going to be a contact penalty going the way of J-Cup. So unfortunate. And you can see just a thump there, but it sent Malte flying there. Yep, I missed my replay button. I went to hit it as they were, basically as Malte was going up and over the wall, and I missed it. Uh, but I mean, it let us, see a little bit more of what was going on with that. But we'll watch it back one more time. Like I said, unfortunately, that's going to be a vote penalty there for Jacob, but never give up. You always make the next run because Malte could make the exact same mistake, and it's kind of like football. Penalties offset. So it could happen the exact same way on the flip side. So never give up. Jacob, going to be your lead car on this run. Let's see if Malte is able to keep it clean. Or if these guys have a contact incident of their own on this run. Oh, a little bit of a touch there. Malte seems to be playing a little bit safe, especially on his, he's like, I want to make the finals. And you know why, because he's got his, and Jacob absolutely giving it everything he's got here. Getting a piece of the wall there, getting a piece of the wall here. Yeah, he's just sending it now. He's having fun. But a great run out of him there. I don't even think we need to worry about the penalty, to be completely honest with you. Votes on the way to you in the chat there, and it looks like it's going to be the two Musketeers probably making their way to the final here. But hey, if you're a friend or fan of Jacob, feel free to send the votes his way, send the love his way. What a great showing in his first ever slide style event. Awesome, awesome stuff out of him there, but as I said, unfortunately have to drop the vote penalty on him, and in the contender round, it is a hefty penalty. It is an 80% vote penalty. It scales up as we go along. You can find all of the information on that in our regulations document, as I specified earlier on in the broadcast. But if you head over to !SlideStyle, you can join the official SlideStyle Discord, and that is where all of the information about our events are held. There's about a minute left on this vote here. But due to that contact in the first run where Jacob was on the chase, he unfortunately got into the side of Malte and sent him up and over the wall on that last turn. And upon watching the replay, definitely, it was due to just Jacob absolutely sending it. We're not saying it was any fault of his own. That is actually what we want to see. That is what slide style is all about. But when it comes to an avoidable incident that knocks the other driver off their line, we do have a vote penalty system set up for that. It looks like we're not going to need it as far as the round goes, because Malte coming away with the vote win here. But just for posterity's sake of the event or whatever, we are going to go on ahead, drop that penalty on there for Jacob. But great stuff out of Jacob here. Love to see it. Awesome work from him. As we make our way back over, and you see there the showdown, the final run. Of course, what better way to end out the first round of SlideStyle's 2023 season than with Wayne and Malte as your finals. You should have seen it coming based off of last year. We were hoping somebody could come in and knock these guys off the top of the mountain, but there is a reason that the troll asks for the toll. These guys run things up there on top of the mountain, and you've got to pay the price if you want to get by. So it's going to be Wayne and Malte right here for the final. Who is going to be the champion, the first champion of round one this season? These guys are on the starting line here. As we take a look, you see Wayne is going to be on the lead. All systems are go here. We are all set, and we are going to find out who is going to be the first champion for the season, starting up right now. Look at that, a little love tap right off the start line. You know these two are such great friends, and they have made thousands of runs on this course together, and they are definitely going to show that off. Beating and banging door to door all the way around. So close on their transitions here. You see Malte shoot in and get all the way up to the door. Now, they are great friends, but you know also they want that win. They want that prize. Oh, boy, right there off the finish. We're going to have to take a look there. It seems like Wayne had so much speed, he wasn't really able to hold the angle. Malte was still holding the angle, but was losing the proximity to the lead car. But, man, how do you call it between these two? So tough. You see Malte there shooting all the way up to the front fender. I don't know if that contact, I don't think it drove Wayne into the wall. We'll have to see it again. But boy, these two are so evenly matched all the way around. You can see matching the angle there. But then, yeah, Wayne, it's like I don't know, man. He just had so much speed he was carrying out of that corner. Just such great work from both of these drivers here. Now, mentioning the prize, of course, we haven't talked about it much throughout the night. We talked about it at the top of the show. But the winner in qualifying, the highest qualifying car of the night, was PWX this evening. And he's going to come away with a $10 gift card, gaming gift card. So either Steam, Xbox, PlayStation, whatever it may be. And then these two drivers right here, not only are they fighting to be the winner of the first round of this season, but they are also fighting to have a shot at a $20 game card. Of course, both of these drivers, no stranger to winning those here from us at SLIDESTYLE. So we're going to see which one is going to be next to get it. As we have flipped positions, Wayne going to be on the chase with Malte leading this time. These guys are ready to rock and roll, and they are out of here. Perfect initiation into the first turn. Door to door, they're off in the dirt. Oh, and Malte hits the rock there on the outside. They said, we're going to keep it going. They drive back into it. We might have to see. I don't know if Wayne shoved him off the track there. We'll have to go back and look, but these guys are getting right back at it here. Malte running away from Wayne a little bit. Wayne says, I don't think so. Gets right close up on that rear bumper all the way up. Front wheels together here as they finish out this course. These guys are unreal drivers. That vote is coming at you right now in the chat as we take a look. What happened here? No, they were both headed that way. That was not due to Wayne, and that rock. Who left that rock there right on the side of the racetrack? We're going to have to talk to the management here at Atron. Good grief. Just the rock of doom. But what runs from these guys? The votes are going to be so close. This is it, ladies and gentlemen. Get your votes in now. The last run of the evening. Who is going to be the winner of the grand final here? Who's going to take it and be the first winner in the 2023 season of SLIDESTYLE right here at Atron Circuit? Got about a minute left to get that vote in. Man, I'm telling you, I don't know who left that rock there, because if it wasn't there, those two guys would have kept on trucking right through the dirt and kept got right back in the swing of things. As you see, they never gave up, not for one single second. Jump right back in, finish that run. You can see how close at the end. And Wayne getting a chunk of that bumper there. But then, I mean, wheel to wheel there, headed around the wall on the outside. The votes are so close here, coming down to it at the last second. Some swing votes, people trying to sneak them in. I see it there. Last second, what's it gonna be? It looks like last season's world champion, Wayne, is going to be your event winner this evening. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Wayne, your first round event champion. On the career, he's up to 6 wins to his name here. But a great job from Malte as well. Both of these drivers doing an incredible job in the finals. I've got to say a huge, big thank you to all of these drivers, everyone involved in this event today for being so organized and on top of things and helping out Ikuza, who of course running race control this evening, not only competing in the event, but staying on top of race control, keeping these drivers in and out of the server when they needed to be, and everything like that. And the biggest thank you to everyone watching along, voting along, making this event happen. Tonight was so much fun for me. I hope all of you enjoyed it as well. I hope the drivers had a great time as well. And congratulations to PWX for being the top qualifier, Malte for making it to the finals, but our event champion, Wayne, would you expect anybody else? You've been watching Slidestyle. You already know it's going to be Wayne, son, but do you have something to say about that? Do you want to see if you can knock Wayne off the top spot? Well, you can come on down. Exclamation point Slidestyle. It'll take you straight to the official Slidestyle Discord. You can find out everything you need to know about a Slidestyle event. You can join in, race alongside these guys, and see if you can't capture some of those prizes and you can't stamp your name as the title of Slidestyle Event Champion. Congratulations again to Wayne this evening. And from everybody here at Slidestyle, thanks everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Stick around on the stream. Probably here in about I'll say about a half hour or so, maybe an hour. Let's get, what time is it? Maybe about an hour. Let's give it an hour. We're going to get some, grab some dinner and jump back in the server with these drivers, and we are going to check out next month's line over at the parking deck. It's going to be a fun time. Come hang out with us. Come drive with us. Until then, I've been Alex. This has been Slidestyle. Thank you so much for joining us. Everybody be safe. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you at Slidestyle here next month at the parking deck.